Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And we got a great show planned today. I'm gonna put a timer on, unusually, but I forgot something that I gotta bring to the show. So I'm gonna put the timer on as people come in. But we'll be right back, or I'll be right back. Y'all just start talking in the chat. Let's go. All right, good to see everybody. Let's get a quick roll call as people are coming in, and then I'll introduce the topics. Jared, what's up? Dan, 1995, what's going on? Dan said the Cowboys draft plans. He said, I made a statement today about the Cowboys draft plans, and Eagle fans are already sneaking in here trying to spoil our plans. Yeah, yes, sir. What's going on, my girl Niecy? What's up? Lord Nova, what's up with you? Katharina Kiss, what's up? Marcus Warner, what up with you? Mose Logan, what's up? Brandy, my girl in here, what's up? How's everything going? Keith, what up? Yes, sir. Let's introduce the topics. The topics for today are going to be simple. We got 3 topics today. We're going to talk somewhat about Micah Parsons and his charity thing he has going on. We're going to spend the most of our time, though, on the best draft scenario for the Cowboys and the Dak-friendly wide receivers. That's going to be really the bulk of our whole content today. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go in and look at these wide receivers. And there are 3 in particular we are going to look at today. I've got some film pulled up on them from YouTube. I want to look at some film. If we get copyright struck on it, we'll just erase it afterwards. So for the people who don't get to see it live, they may miss the film that we're going to be looking at. And then we'll give a final word. Just depends on, what's going on around the NFL. Maybe somebody breaks some news while we're online. But again, this is the show today. Micah Parsons charity event, best draft scenario, Dak-friendly wide receivers, and then the final word. So without further ado,
Here we go.
all right. So I want to open up with Micah Parsons. And the reason why I want to open up with Micah Parsons, and I'm going to do a separate video about this later on tonight. But it is strange to me how people look at information. I cannot count. How many times have I said, I love Micah Parsons, like Micah Parsons, wants Micah Parsons to be signed? How many times have I said the Cowboys need to go ahead and sign Micah Parsons so we can get rid of the drama? How many times have I said these things? How many times have I said that Micah Parsons is a great player? And it's amazing to me. You can say all of these things, and the only thing that certain people hear is that you don't like Micah Parsons. But what's going on with Micah Parsons, again, it's a part of what's going on with this generation. And when I say this generation, young folk, don't take offense to what I'm saying. I'm talking about some of the old folk too. This generation is not just young folk. This generation are older, middle age, and young folk. They don't want to hear constructive criticism. This is another problem with social media. We love the likes. We don't like the dislikes. We love what we want to hear. We hate what we don't want to hear. Some of us love partial truths, not the whole truth. And some people just want to be lied to. It's bottom line. Some people just want to be told what they want to be told, and they want to feel good. Well, that's not what I'm here for. And I'm not here to appease everybody in Cowboys Nation. I want to tell the truth to Cowboys Nation. I want to give the whole perspective to the Cowboys Nation to the best of my ability. But we have to be careful when we're letting people be the reason why we're doing something. We got to be careful with that stuff, because I'm telling you, if they build you, they can kill you. I'm just telling you. We got to be careful with this stuff. And so when I'm talking about Micah Parsons, it's amazing to me. All the positive statements about Micah Parsons, none of that stuff gets heard. The only thing that, and the crazy part is, people say things that you didn't even say. Well, it's clear you hate Micah Parsons. What? How stupid is that? Why would I hate Micah Parsons? Hatred is a strong word. I mean, that's a strong word. I mean, that's personal. Why in the world would I hate Micah Parsons? Because I don't like some of the immature things that he does? Well, I don't. And it's clear that some of the players don't. It is obviously clear, even some of the fan base don't like the immature things that Micah Parsons does. It doesn't mean that the fan base don't like Micah Parsons. We love Micah Parsons. I'm just telling you, and I'm saying it again. Micah Parsons can be way better than what he is. And if that offends somebody, I don't know what to tell you. Micah Parsons can be way better than what he is. And I believe Micah Parsons is going to be better than what he is today. And I think what's going to make him a better person and a better player, it's not just the on the field stuff, but it's the off the field stuff. And that off the field stuff, once he gets that right, it's going to start even bleeding on the field. Because the stuff that he's doing on the field, it's bleeding out into his life off the field. You want these two things to work together. For example, see, this is the kind of stuff that I want to hear more about from Micah Parsons. And I'm going to do some more digging on this because I want to really present this like I do everything else. I want to present this in 4K on Micah Parsons. I'm going to go back and get some more videos and stuff on this. I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I will get it. There are people who are talking about this. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. And it's amazing to me, you know, even when you start talking about this stuff with Micah Parsons, And even when you start talking about this stuff with Micah Parsons, for example, we got a thing over here where Micah Parsons did it's a charity event of some type. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Micah Parsons has a charity event thing that he does. All right, let me fix this real quick. He has a charity event thing that he does that's really, really good. But even in the charity event thing that he's doing, you got people talking about Micah Parsons signing a deal with the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, why would people be doing this? This is the last thing that anybody should be concerned about. I mean, it really should be the last thing. But again, I understand where people are on this type of stuff. All right, let me see if this pulls up what I want here. It's amazing to me how, even in this type of stuff, I mean, look at what people are talking about. Micah Parsons feels good about a deal getting done with the Dallas Cowboys, but that's not the big deal. Micah Parsons had a charity event in Dallas last night benefiting his Lionheart Foundation at the Catch in Dallas on Thursday night. And there are a lot of NFL players who came out to support Micah Parsons. This is the kind of stuff I want to hear about Micah Parsons. It's this stuff. This is the kind of stuff that people look at and say, this is what leaders do. We're not worried as much about what leaders say, because there are people who are not leaders and they say things like, they try to say things that leaders say, and we're looking at them like they're not leaders. But it's this kind of stuff right here. It is this kind of stuff that is impressive. Focus more on the type of stuff that helps you be a man, because helping you be a man will help you be a better football player. A lot of people don't understand being a great football player don't make you a man. We've seen absolutely drop dead talented wide receivers. We've seen them. And they don't quite be what they should be. We've seen the Greg Hardys. We've seen if Greg Hardy, if what you do on the field would have translated into being a better man, well, Greg Hardy wouldn't have been out of this league so quick. Randy Gregory, ultimately talented on the football field. Didn't make him a better person off the football field. And I'm not saying that Randy Gregory is necessarily a bad person, but there have been some issues with Randy Gregory. And even now, Randy Gregory should still be in this league, but he's not. And we know so many players like this. It's not just Dallas Cowboys. It is so many players across the board. But I'm telling you, your actions. The Bible says a tree is known by the fruit that it bears. Actions speak so much louder than words. And that's the part people are not understanding. It's not just your actions on the field that speak about who you are. It is your actions off the field that speak sometimes even louder than who you are on the field. And it is this type of stuff right here. This is the kind of stuff that will go a long way towards people understanding and making an impression upon people on and off the field. Because I'm telling you something, man, people will use you up and chew you. They will chew you up and spit you out. And I'm not all for just, hey, it's all about what happens on the field. I don't care about anything else. What are you talking about? I do care what a player is doing off the field. Not every detailed part of his life, but anything he does off the field that makes an impression on the people on the field, I'm concerned. And this stuff right here, this makes an impression. This makes an impression. And what Micah Parsons is doing, this stuff makes an impression. Today at Micah Parsons Pens for a Purpose event, Parsons presented Odigizua with a check to support his foundation. This is the kind of stuff that builds teams. If you don't think Dak Prescott being the man of the year was a big deal, you're missing it. You're missing it. That makes an impression on his players. It only just goes to drive what people think about him and his leadership. It does. It absolutely does. And that is the kind of stuff that you want. That is exactly what you're looking for. So again, man, I applaud Michael Parsons for this. I'm going to do some more investigating on this. I want to make sure I can give this the attention that it deserves, because this is the kind of stuff that I don't want to hear about Michael Parsons podcast and stuff that he's saying or hints that he's throwing about players and coaches. I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't want to hear all that negative stuff. A lot of people see when he does something negative, people want to ignore it, not understanding that what the message is that the people who are around this team are saying the players are not ignoring that stuff. Sports, professional sports, and even amateur sports, it's not just a physical game, it's a mental game. There's a reason why sometimes less talented players can be better than talented players, because the talented player thinks it's all about my physical and brute strength. The wise player says, you might be able to beat me physically, but my technique is better. Not only is my technique better, but my mental game is better. I've been around. I got experience. I know how to do this when this happens. I know how to do that when this happens. I also keep my mind clear of anything that would pollute my mind. I'm telling you, this happens all the time. When you get to this level, Emmitt Smith said it best. Emmitt Smith said, when you get to this level, what differentiates you from the next man? It's your heart. It's not the ability, because if you look at Emmitt Smith, nobody would have told you that Emmitt Smith was better than even maybe 5 running backs in the league. He was up there, but Barry Sanders was playing during that time. But when you look at him as a person and everything that he did, oh man, there's a reason why this dude has the most yards in history, and it's probably never going to be broken. Emmitt Smith, heart, his drive, his whole mental game was different, and that's what separated him. And those are the types of things that separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls. Those are the type of things that separate. I'm telling us, we need to understand these things. And these things are only going to make Michael Parsons better. The less we hear about all the other stuff, not only the better he is, but the better the team is. And that's facts, whether people accept it or not. So stop always thinking every time someone is saying something about a player that they hate the player. It's not true. It's not true. But again, then I want to move on to this next topic, because this is the one where I want to spend a majority of the time today. I want to move on to this second topic. And I want to move on in this topic. I want to move to the ideal draft scenario for the Cowboys, because I believe that this is getting lost. I believe this is getting lost, and a lot of people are not talking about it, but this is absolutely getting lost. The best draft scenario for the Dallas Cowboys. And one of the best draft scenarios for the Dallas Cowboys, whether people accept it or not, is when we think about the Dallas Cowboys. We really have to be thinking about what makes it easier. What is the easiest path? What is the easiest path for this team to absolutely accomplish its goal? What is the easiest scenario? And one of the things I'm going to show us is, I don't think we realize it, but if the Cowboys take any path other than the easiest path, the Cowboys are going to put themselves in a chokehold. The Cowboys are going to complicate this draft if they don't take the easiest path. And there is an easy path, and then there is an absolutely easy path for the Cowboys, and they must take this path, Because I'm telling you, if the Cowboys don't take this path, and hold on a second, if the Cowboys do not take this path, they are going to have absolute problems. They are. The Cowboys are going to have absolute problems. They're going to complicate things for themselves. And this is one of the things the Cowboys must, and I'm sorry, I'm making an adjustment right here on the fly. The Cowboys must absolutely avoid this scenario. They must. Y'all excuse me for a moment. I'm just making a quick adjustment here. The Cowboys must keep this draft absolutely simple for themselves. Because I'm telling you, if the Cowboys don't keep this draft simple for themselves, it is going to be absolutely complicated. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about. I've been noticing that people keep talking about all of these different scenarios for the Dallas Cowboys. And there has been some big talk on the Cowboys going the route of Tyler Booker Jr. I think his name is Tyler Booker and Kelvin Banks. I think this is where people are talking about. Let me make sure this is what the names I got right. But a lot of people are talking about this kid, Tyler Booker, to go to the Dallas Cowboys. And again, I'm telling you, and what I'm saying to us, it doesn't negate that these guys are great players. These guys are absolute great players that people are talking about. Tyler Booker and Kelvin Banks Jr. They are absolute great players. But I want to pull this up real quick because I'm going to show you the Cowboys are going to put themselves in a chokehold if they go this route. They are going to put themselves in a chokehold if they go this route. And the reason why they are going to put themselves in a chokehold is because it basically is going to mean the Cowboys are going to negate the easiest path for them to fix this team. They're going to negate the easiest path. And there is absolutely an easy path for the Cowboys to fix this team. I want to go real quick to the draft simulator thing, and I hope it don't crash us again today. I want to go to the draft simulator thing, and I want to show you how this will complicate things for the Cowboys if they take the wrong path. And I'm going to read some of your comments. If the Cowboys take the wrong path, I just want to show you what this is going to create for the Cowboys. So, Kelvin Banks Jr., let me make sure, let's show who's been drafted. Because a lot of people are saying that Tyler Booker and Kelvin Banks Jr. may not even be available when the Cowboys come up. Okay, so Kelvin Banks is available. So let's take Kelvin Banks. Okay, so the Cowboys take Kelvin Banks. If the Cowboys take Kelvin Banks, so I want us to understand the ripple effect that this is going to cause. Because if Ashton Jeanty was there, or if you take into account the top 4 wide receivers that are there, the chance you take is that you're probably not going to get those top 4 wide receivers. You're taking a serious chance, but let's see who's available. So, look at this. I just want you to see what happens. If the Cowboys do this, I just want everyone to understand something. For everyone who's clamoring for this type of move, I want you to understand something. The top 4 wide receivers, they're gone. They're absolutely gone. Look who's gone. T. McMillan, Matthew Golden, Emeka, Luther, they're gone. They're absolutely gone. You're not getting the top wide receiver, one of the top 4 wide receivers. There are 4 wide receivers, unequivocally, that there is no question on by most that are going to literally come in the league, and they're going to be number 2s. And if you put them on the right team, they could possibly be number ones. Ted McMillan, Matthew Golden, Emeka Buka, and Luther Burden. Book it. They are going to make a difference on whatever team they come on. They're making a difference. And if you miss one of those wide receivers, trust what I'm telling you. You're taking a chance on having exactly what you already have. Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo, Ryan Flanoy. You're taking a chance on having that same caliber of wide receiver. You're taking a chance because when you start looking at Higgins, Harris, Jack Beck, a lot of people are high on Jack Beck, Jalen Noel, Jalen Royals. I mean, you just Savion Williams. We're going to look at some tape on Savion Williams. Now, when you're looking at those wide receivers, I'm not saying you're taking a gamble, but you are. I mean, Dante Thornton will still be there, but you are, in a sense, you're taking a gamble because you're saying that we were willing to pretty much take a flyer on what is more than likely a sure thing, going more towards the line of, okay, we're going to take a chance and maybe they will develop by this point in the season. I'm just saying that's what we're doing, because if we do Kelvin Banks first, so that means we also have to come around and say, oh, well, we're going to have to at least do running back. We'll have to do running back next. We'll have to. And so you just think about what you missed at running back if Ashton Jeanty was there or Marion Hampton. But again, I won't be mad if the Cowboys get Travion Henderson. Now, you'll solve the running back issue still with Travion Henderson. You're solving the running back issue with Travion Henderson. Just understand that once you go back to wide receiver in the third round, again, you miss out on even more wide receivers. You miss out on even more wide receivers. Trey Harris, Isaiah Bond, Savion Williams, again, this is what you're left with. Now, some people may say, because for me, I kind of like Dante Thornton, and I'll tell you why once we get to the wide receivers. I like Dante Thornton. I picked him last night, but this is what you get. Now, you're going to get a better offensive line if you let him start. The running game will be better. Dante Thornton. How fast will Dante Thornton develop? Which I still say Devontae Thornton is going to be an absolute beast in this league. I do. But again, going this route is not the easiest route. It's not the easiest route. This route, you're taking a lot of chances. Let's start over. I want to restart. So that was Tyler Booker. So again, let's go to Kelvin Banks Jr. I'm just telling you, this is the same scenario every time you look at it. You are taking a chance and you're not getting the top wide receiver in the draft. You're taking a chance. Let's go at it again. So we're going to go with Kelvin Banks Jr. We'll go with Kelvin Banks Jr. And again, like I said, just keep in your mind, every time you don't go for that top wide receiver, you are putting yourself in a chokehold. You're just putting yourself in a chokehold. You are. You're putting yourself in a chokehold simply because it complicates things, because then you have to go a different route to get what is really your most glaring need. Because I'm telling y'all, for as much as people are talking about going offensive line again, the Cowboys think they have their offensive line. I'm just telling you, they do. The Cowboys think they have their offensive line. The Cowboys want to take a chance on this offensive line before they do anything else. They do. They want to take a chance on this offensive line. And I think they're going to try and arrange this line. I think they're going to try and arrange this line before they decide they're going to do something else. And so, again, Kelvin Banks Jr., let me make sure you get Kelvin Banks. If you're going to draft Kelvin Banks first, let me start this again. Hold on. And again, on here, a lot of people are talking about Kelvin Banks, so I couldn't even get Kelvin Banks. I couldn't even get Kelvin Banks on the second go-around because a lot of people actually like Kelvin Banks, so I couldn't even get him on the second go-around. But again, it just goes to show you how good he probably is, or let me not say probably, how good he is. But my problem is with picking Tyler Booker or Kelvin Banks first, you do not address the most glaring need the Cowboys have. You do not address it. And that becomes the problem. Because if the Cowboys are not going to take the easiest path, and I'm going to tell us what the easiest path is in just a second. If the Cowboys don't take the easiest path, well, that says to me, you know what the Cowboys should be doing? If the Cowboys are not going to take the easiest path, the Cowboys need to go get Keenan Allen. If the Cowboys are not going wide receiver in the first round, they need to go get Keenan Allen, or they need to trade back in the scenario we talked about last night, trade with the Denver Broncos, trade back. If you don't plan on going wide receiver first, trade back. You will still be able to get a running back in the second round. Because all the running backs, the running back class, whether people realize it or not, the running back class is deeper than the wide receiver class. Oh, yeah. The running back class is way deeper than than the wide receiver class. That running back class is absolutely deep. Let's look at this for a moment. I'm telling you, man, the running back class. The running back class in this draft, unquestionably, it is so deep. It's crazy. It is crazy. Let's think about what they have up here in the draft. Let's think about this. The Cowboys are probably not going to get Ashton Jeanty. I think if they don't draft a running back first, Omarion Hampton is going to be gone. But if they were to trade back with the Denver Broncos, there is still a chance they get Omarion Hampton. Caleb Johnson, Travion Henderson. This is who I got my eye on. I want the Cowboys to get Travion Henderson. You got Quinshawn Judkins, Devin Neal, Scatterbo. But I'm going all the way back. For me, I'm going all the way back. I believe the Cowboys, look at this. Damian Martinez has moved up to number 13. Look at this. Bashul Tutin has moved up to 14. And I will not be surprised. The closer we get to the draft, these two running backs will probably inch their way closer to the top 10. Damian Martinez, let me tell you something. If there is a couple of running backs in this draft that they're saying that are going in the 5th round, man, I'll be shocked if Damian and Tutin, I'll be shocked if Damian and Bashul make it to the 5th round. This dude is 232 pounds. This dude, Damian Martinez, is 232 pounds, 6 feet, 4'5", 140. This dude is a load. We've already watched tape on this dude. This dude here is a load, man. Bashul Tutin, he ain't light either. He 209. He run a 4.3 240. Hey, I'm going to be shocked. If these dudes make it to the 4th round, man, something wrong with this league. But this draft is deep. On running back. And there are people who consider maybe they got other pressing needs. And this is one of the reasons why the Cowboys, in my estimation, they must get 2 running backs. And if I'm the Cowboys, I would get 2 wide receivers. I am bringing competition. I'm bringing competition in the training camp this year. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Cowboys. I'm telling anybody not named Lamb, Prescott, Parsons, Bland, Odigizua, anybody not with those names, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. I'm bringing in competition all the way around. And so when you think about, you could literally not pick running back in the first and possibly in the second, because I believe the Tootin and Martinez will probably go more around 3 and 4 rather than in the 5th. I'll be shocked if they make it to the 4th. But I do think you could possibly get them in the 3rd. Possibly get them in the 3rd. But again, if you take the path of not going the easiest path, the Cowboys are going to complicate it for themselves. I'm sorry, guys. I know everybody keeps talking about all these draft scenarios. I'm sorry. This draft scenario for the Cowboys is too easy. It's too doggone easy. It's too easy for the Cowboys. Right now, the Cowboys shouldn't be having any questions on what they're doing. Right now, for me, if I'm the Cowboys, there's no question. There's absolutely no question. And what they've done so far in free agency, and we'll see what this looks like once we get to the NFL draft. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be live that whole draft. We're going to be live. But I'm telling us, the Cowboys got to make this easy day 1 and 2. Day 1 and 2 for the Cowboys. They should be the easiest days of the draft. They must go the path that is the easiest. And right now, based on what they're doing, everyone, I'm still laughing. We still got people talking about Keenan Allen. Now Amari Cooper. Now let me tell you something about Amari Cooper. If the Cowboys get Amari Cooper, I think the Cowboys will actually be able to get Amari Cooper. I think they'll be able to get him cheap enough that they can still go get a wide receiver and still go in the first round on a wide receiver, even if they get Amari Cooper. If I get Amari Cooper, because I think Amari Cooper, the way people have been talking about him, man, his value got to be way down. Man, they're talking about Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is done, y'all. There are people circulating around the league that Amari Cooper is done. How crazy is this? They're saying he's done. Washed. There's no way Amari Cooper is washed. There's just no way Amari Cooper is washed unless there's some injury we don't know about. And if Michael Gallup can get a deal in this league, I'm sorry, Amari Cooper will get a deal in this league. I do think the price is going down on him, but he's going to get a deal in this league. And they're saying that the Raiders and the Cowboys are linked to Amari Cooper. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't believe the Cowboys are bringing back Amari Cooper, and I don't think Amari Cooper wants to come back to the Cowboys. And as much as people keep talking about one Keenan Allen, I still say the people aren't asking the right question. People keep talking about Keenan Allen. Do we not understand something? Why would Keenan Allen want to come to Dallas? And I'm not saying that in a manner of how they were saying, man, if Derrick Henry would have came to Dallas, he'd have ruined him. No, I'm not talking like that. Keenan Allen is an older cat. Keenan Allen's about to be 33 years old. I'm sorry, man. This is Keenan Allen's last foray. Keenan Allen has got to ask himself a fundamental question. Do I want the chip or do I want the check? Because if I want the check, I'm just going to go to the team that's going to pay me the most. That's all he's holding out for. But if Keenan Allen wants the chip, now he's got to find a balance of, okay, which team is closest to the chip that wants me and will give me a decent check? That's what Keenan Allen has to make a decision on. And if I'm Keenan Allen, this is no knock on our beloved Cowboys. If I'm Keenan Allen looking at the teams that I think that are the closest to the chip, I'm not looking at the Dallas Cowboys. This is not a knock on Dak Prescott. I'm looking at Dak Prescott and saying, yeah, he's probably a top 5. I would be top 5 quarterback Dak Prescott. So let's say Keenan Allen. What if he looks at Dak Prescott as the top 10? Okay, that's good. The problem is I'm looking at Dallas Cowboys, new coaches, Dallas Cowboys, getting younger. Dallas Cowboys more than likely are about 2-3 years out. I'm 33. Do I want to be a part of a recalibration? The Cowboys aren't rebuilding. Do I want to be a part of a recalibration? Do I want to be a part of a 2-year, because he ain't getting 3. Do I want to be a part of a 2-year project? Because if I want to be a part of a 2-year project and I don't really see it materializing into a Super Bowl, do I want to go to that team? Realistically, I'm just telling us, our beloved Cowboy fans, you know I love the Cowboys. But realistically, if I'm Keenan Allen, I'm not looking at the Cowboys. I'm sure Keenan Allen doesn't have the vision that I have. Now, y'all already know my vision. I've been saying some of the stuff the Cowboys are doing now. I said they were going to do it before the season was even over. I'm on record. People call me crazy. That's fine. History going to prove it. I've already been saying I believe the Cowboys, this will be the year they get back competitive. Next year, they're going to make a ferocious Super Bowl run, and I believe they get there, and if it's not next year, it is going to be 2027. Dak Prescott is seeing a Super Bowl with this team before he's out of here. Book it. Book it. Dak Prescott is going to a Super Bowl before he gets out of Dallas. This team is going to hit the Super Bowl under Brian Schottenheimer. Book it. Book it. I'm telling you, they're going to hit a Super Bowl. You can tell by the way they're going. They're going to hit a Super Bowl if you look at the tea leaves. But Keenan Allen is probably not looking at it like that. Keenan Allen is probably looking at right now, and he got to decide right now, chip or the check. If I want the check, who's the highest bidder? If I want the chip, who's the closest to the chip that'll give me some money? If I'm Keenan Allen, I got to be looking at Buffalo Bills. Got to be looking at Baltimore Ravens. They went and got DeAndre Hopkins. I got to be looking at Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is in desperate need of another wide receiver, a true number 1 wide receiver, or at least getting a solid number 1B. I'm looking at teams. I would even be looking at the Rams, but they got Devontae Adams. I'm looking at those teams. I'm sure the same way Devontae Adams was. I'm sure the same way DeAndre Hopkins was. I'm sure this is the way that Keenan Allen is looking at this. He has to be looking at it like this. He's about to be 33. Does he want the chip or does he want the check? And I'm sorry, Cowboy fans, if he's coming to Dallas, he's looking more towards the check. Unfortunately, we ain't giving him the check. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not giving him the check. We're not doing it. We're not doing it, Cowboy fans. And I'm telling you, we're not doing it. Y'all tell me what you think, because I want to go to the easiest path, but I want to see what you guys think about what I'm saying. Kitty boy, appreciate that super chat. I'm telling us, guys, the Cowboys aren't doing it. And the Cowboys themselves have to make a decision. For me, the decision is easy. The most glaring need, and we've already talked about this a couple of days ago. If you look at the Cowboys' most glaring need, based on what we did a couple of days ago, when we looked at the depth chart, the Cowboys' most glaring need, wide receiver, running back. Hands down. Hands down. There is no discussion. Ezekiel Elliott came to this team, and him and Dak Prescott, 4th round draft pick, wasn't even projected to start. 13-3. Tore this league up. Dak Prescott and Zeke tore this league up. And when you look at the draft, what have I pointed out? The deepest position between wide receiver and running back is running back. The Cowboys can actually be in the top 15 of running backs and will probably still do extremely well because I believe they're going to get 2. I unequivocally think the Cowboys are getting two running backs in this draft. Everything is pointing towards 2 running backs. The Cowboys are going to create competition in the running back room. They're going to create competition. There is going to be a 2-headed monster in Dallas in 2025. There will be a 2-headed and possibly a 3-headed monster. I do not think when you look at what the Cowboys did, I do not think, I could be totally wrong. I don't think Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders are both going to make this team. Unless the Cowboys only get one running back. But I just got a feeling the Cowboys are going to get 2 running backs. And one of these guys are going to be the odd man out. One of them will be the odd man out. But if the Cowboys think that there is something between these 2 running backs, they'll only draft one. But one of them, I believe, is going to be the odd man out in this race. I do. I think they're the odd man out. Let me go to some of y'all comments before I go to the easiest path for the Cowboys. Let me go to some of your comments. Todd Church says, just signed Delonte Johnson and draft wide receiver in the 1st round. Now, again, I'm sorry, Deontay Johnson. Now, again, Todd Church, and that becomes the issue. Now, if you're going to get a lower cost wide receiver, okay, then you can still do it. You can go first in the draft. But again, Keenan Allen and Courtland Sutherland or Courtland Sutton, if you go those 2 routes, you're talking about $15 to $20 million per season on those type of wide receivers. You're talking about dedicating somewhere around $30 million in cap space to those. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. From the Cowboys, I'm not doing it. I don't want Keenan Allen for 2 years. I don't, because what if I don't make it in 2026 and 2027 is the season I make it? And then I don't have Keenan Allen. No, I don't want Keenan Allen. Courtland Sutton, 29 years of age. Not sure when he turns 30. I don't want Sutton. I don't want Courtland Sutton. No, I don't want him. I don't want to dedicate that kind of money to him. No. The easiest path for the Cowboys in this situation. You will be able to have a rookie wide receiver for 7 years. 6 to 7 years. 7 years. 4-year deal or 4-year deal, 5th-year option, 2 tags. 7 years. And if he's an absolute stud, think about the price you got him on. And I believe these top 4 wide receivers are going to be absolute studs. The deepest position as far as need goes for the Cowboys, it's running back. That one's a no-brainer. It's so deep, you don't have to go first on that one. You could possibly wait to the 3rd. I wouldn't do it. You can trade back and still get probably Travion Henderson. I wouldn't take the chance, though. Unless he's absolutely going to be my 2nd round pick. He's going to be my 2nd round pick. But again, the spot where you have to take the easiest path, and let's talk about it. It is the most glaring need on this team. It's wide receiver. It is wide receiver. The Cowboys need They need a wide receiver bad. They need a wide receiver bad. Jalen Tolbert has showed us he cannot be a number 2. The improvement that Jalen Tolbert would have to make is literally the kind of jump he would have to make. Man, it'd be generational jump. It ain't happening. Jalen Tolbert could probably be a solid 3rd. But I want to see what Jonathan Mingo is. Because looking at some tape on Jonathan Mingo today, I'm just saying, man, if Jonathan Mingo is anything like he was, Ole Miss? Tolbert job is done. It's toast. Mingo is a bigger, faster receiver. And if you think about what the Cowboys are going to be trying to do, they not only want a faster wide receiver, a bigger wide receiver with the catch radius, they also want a bona fide blocker. Jonathan Mingo in that 3rd spot may fit all of those things. And I was thinking the other day, some people were saying how much Dak Prescott has gotten players paid. Man, it is absolutely true. Dak Prescott has gotten some wide receivers paid. And they have not looked the same after leaving Dak Prescott. Let me tell y'all something. Dalton Schultz, for all the noise that he talked, has not looked the same. Dalton Schultz has not looked the same. No way, no how. Dalton Schultz has not looked the same. Cedric Wilson has not looked the same. Watch this. Even Amari Cooper has not looked the same since Dak Prescott. Noah Brown has not looked the same since Dak Prescott. They have not looked the same. I'm just telling you, man, Dak Prescott, when he gets that second option, man, he dangerous. He is dangerous, I'm telling us. Jesse Wyatt, what's up? Appreciate that super chat. He said, if Dallas double dip at running back, do you like Caleb Johnson, Dylan Sampson, or Hampton second, or Jackson in the 5th behind McMillan? For me, the number 1 running back on my list for the Cowboys is Travion Henderson. Even though people keep saying Mel Kiper Jr. keeps talking about Amarion Hampton. No, if I'm the Cowboys, it is none other than Travion Henderson. That's who I'm getting. And if I go double dip on the running back position, I'm praying for Damian Martinez and Bashul Tootin to be there. I don't think they are, but there are going to be guys back there like Marcus Yarns. I'm not really sold on Caleb Johnson. It's not that he's not good. He's just not one of my picks as far as running back goes, because I'm actually looking for a little bit more speed. I'm actually looking for speed, hit your head on the goalpost. I'm looking for that type of running back. So that is one of the reasons why I have zeroed in on Travion Henderson, zeroed in on Bashul Tootin. I've even zeroed in on Damian Martinez as a second running back they draft, just because size, speed, power combination. This dude can hit his head on the goalpost. Arm tackles are not getting Damian Martinez down. They're not getting him down. They can forget it. He is not an arm tackle running back. So that's kind of where I am. But as it applies to the Cowboys, man, with this whole thing, Jesse, for me, the easiest draft path for the Cowboys is simple. Day 1, wide receiver. Cowboys, don't even think about it. Don't even bust your brain, Dallas. Don't bust your brain. Don't entertain trading back. Don't bust your brain. Do not bust your brain. I know, we want more draft picks. Nope, don't bust your brain, Dallas. Don't bust your brain. Don't do it. Do the easiest thing. Best wide receiver available at 12. Don't even think about it. Best wide receiver available at 12. That's all the Cowboys have to do, y'all. This is all they have to do. This is all they have to do. Let's restart this. best wide receiver available at 12. This is all the Cowboys have to do. If the Cowboys get the best wide receiver available at 12, everything falls into place. Absolutely everything falls into place. Everyone is saying Ted McMillan is going to fall to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, for me, this is actually the hardest decision the Cowboys have to make. This is the hardest decision. Ted or McMillan? Ted or McMillan? That's the hardest decision you have to make. Now, the reason why I'm picking Ted McMillan over Matthew Golden, someone pointed this out the other night, and I think it's a great point. We're going to talk about this in the last part of our live stream. Dak-friendly receivers. What does a Dak-friendly receiver look like? Well, it seems like Jerry Jones is describing a Dak-friendly receiver opposite of Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks never fit Dak Prescott. He never fit. He's too short. It's not a knock on him. He's too short. He doesn't fit Dak Prescott. He's too short. The interception that got thrown in the Green Bay game to Brandon Cooks was not Dak Prescott's fault. It's the fact that Brandon Cooks is a smaller receiver, should have never had him running that type of route because he gets overpowered by bigger cornerbacks. If you look at Brandon Cooks, you watch how the New Orleans Saints are going to use him. The same way he got used his entire career before he came to the Cowboys. Go routes. Go routes. Deep down the sideline. This is where Brandon Cooks destroyed teams. We never could find a way to use him. It wasn't Dak Prescott. It was the terrible play calling by Mike McCarthy. Poor route concepts. They just ran in front of the defenders and did curl routes. Poor route concepts. They didn't even try to run past defenders. Didn't even design ways to rub routes and crossing routes. Anything to get wide receivers down the sideline. We didn't do stuff like that. Stale as toast, West Coast offense. We did none of that. We didn't do none of the stuff we should have did to get those receivers open. We didn't do it. And in essence, we misused Brandon Cooks, and that's why Brandon Cooks is in New Orleans. Watch what they do with him. Watch what they do with him. They're going to make him into a down-the-field threat. That's what they're going to do with him because he's got a lot of speed. He shouldn't be running these underneath slants, digs, comebacks. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is Brandon Cooks. What are you doing? You got to do the same thing with him you do with one Cavante Turpin. Do some of the rub routes underneath. Get him in space. Let him outrun everybody. Or Brandon Cooks, a way better wide receiver than Cavante Turpin. You are more likely to complete the pass down the field to Brandon Cooks on a go route than you are Cavante Turpin. Cavante Turpin's specialty is speed. He never said he was the greatest wide receiver in the world. Doesn't mean that he's not good. But we saw some of the passes that he dropped this year. And he dropped some show-enough dimes by Dak Prescott. Watch how they use Brandon Cooks in New Orleans. Watch how different he looks. He'll look different in New Orleans. They're gonna have a game plan for him. Because you can book it with Kellen Moore. He the head coach now. Kellen Moore going back pass happy. You watch what I tell you. Kellen Moore going back pass happy now. Kellen Moore said, hey, man, it was great in Philadelphia, man, with all this running stuff, but that's not who I am. Oh, yeah, I run the ball. Yeah, I run the ball a little bit more. Nah, I'm going back to that pass game on y'all. You watch what I tell you with Kellen Moore. Watch how they use Brandon Cooks. Katharina, she said 100% G. I'm telling us, Katharina, this draft is easy for the Cowboys. Round 1, wide receiver. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. And I'm telling us, the Cowboys, this will be the hardest decision. This may be the hardest decision for the Cowboys in the draft. Now, again, this draft board doesn't have Ted McMillan lasting to the 12th. And I'm not going to be surprised if he's not gone. Now, for me, this is easy. This is easy for me. Where Matthew Golden has speed, Emeka has speed. So where I'm going in 20 and 29, I'm going with Emeka. Simply because bigger wide receiver. I think he'll fit into the scheme a little bit better than Downs. Let's go over here to the wide receivers. And this is the reason why I'm saying this. Than Matthew Golden. This is why I'm saying this. Matthew Golden. And don't get me wrong, this is no knock on Matthew Golden. This boy is an absolute beast. I watched tape on Matthew Golden. I was thoroughly impressed. Runs a 4.29 40. But again, we're talking about Dak-friendly wide receivers. Now, it's strange to me. They had Matthew Golden listed at 5'11". He goes to 6 feet today. Okay, 6 feet. Emeka is 6'1". He runs a 4.3 40. He's 205 pounds. I'm going with the weight, and I'm telling you, they can tell me anything they want to about Golden and Emeka. Emeka plays bigger. He is bigger than Matthew Golden. I'm going with Emeka over Matthew Golden. If Ted's not there, I'm going with Emeka over Golden. And I'll tell you this. I'm even saying, if the Cowboys, and it's amazing to me, they got Emeka as a C+, stop it. Emeka is not a C+. Emeka can only be A- at the minimum. If I'm the Cowboys, the only way I trade back is let me trade to the point to where I know I still get Emeka. And this is the point, again. So you notice before we made this pick, Matthew Golden was on the board. If I'm the Cowboys, and I know unequivocally, if I trade back with any team to get this 12th pick, as long as I know I can still get Emeka Egbuka, that's what I'm doing. I'll get that 4th round draft pick if I can trade backwards and still get Emeka. So this is going to require the Cowboys to really do their homework. But at the end of the day one, Cowboys, do not overcomplicate this. Do not go up in here with offensive linemen. Do not do it. Do not do it. Do not go up in here getting offensive linemen. You can save that for day 3. Defensive tackle, edge rusher, save that for day 3. Cornerback, save that for day 3. It's the simplest path for the Cowboys. Day 1, the Cowboys have to take the best wide receiver available. And if I'm ranking the best wide receivers available, I'm very torn between Ted McMillan and Emeka Egbuka. Man, only reason why I'm looking at Ted McMillan, what I give him over Emeka is size. I'm giving size. You can't teach size. You can't teach it. You can't teach size. You can't teach 6'5". You can't teach it. You can't teach 6'5". You can't. You can't teach 6'5" with the skill set that he has to go along with it. You can't teach it. And you know he's only going to gain 10 to 15 more pounds over the next 3 years. No, I'm going with Emeka. I'm going with Ted. And man, don't get me wrong, I might lose a little sleep going with Ted. I may lose a little sleep. Because by game 6 of the 2025 season, we may be looking at Emeka putting up nasty, crazy numbers. We may literally be looking at Emeka, man, putting up video game numbers. The dude is that talented. But again, I'm also looking at the fact, I think Emeka can put up, I think that Ted McMillan can put up video game numbers. I think he can put up video game numbers. But if Tet's not there, and I will not be surprised if Tet's not there, I'm going with Emeka. That's my number one receiver in the first round this year. No question. I don't even have to think about it. I'm not even going to overcomplicate it. If Ted McMillan is gone, whatever I have to do, Emeka Egbuka is my first wide receiver. If I can trade back and still get him, that's where I'm going. But he is my first wide receiver. Nisi said, okay, Nisi, you talking about Keenan Allen? Nisi said he's been chasing the check, so why stop now? Nisi, if he's making a decision to chase the check, everybody talking about Keenan Allen, he ain't coming here. Because we ain't giving him the check. And I'm not hating on Keenan Allen. Nisi, I don't want the Cowboys to give him the check. I don't want the Cowboys to give Keenan Allen the check. No. Keenan Allen is a 2-year project. And I don't even want to call him a project. He's a 2-year wide receiver at the most. I don't want Keenan Allen for 2 years. I want one of these guys I have for 7 years, and I got them way less than Keenan Allen. Oh, no, that's what I want. I want that wide receiver. Again, let us not underestimate CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb doesn't need a wide receiver to come in and be better than him. He needs a wide receiver that comes in and alleviates some pressure off him. And immediately, Emeka, Ted McMillan, these guys they immediately are going to knock pressure off CeeDee Lamb. Why? Because they're that good. I believe these top 4 wide receivers, they're better than everything we have after CeeDee Lamb. Golden, McMillan, Burden III, and Emeka Egbuka, they're better than everything after CeeDee Lamb. And I mean substantially. They're substantially better. They immediately improve us. And the upside on them is better than the upside of Keenan Allen. Not because Keenan Allen is a slouch. He's older. He's 33 years old. Yes, he's lost a step. Everyone does. No, I want these guys. More cost effective. They're more a part of the now and the future plan when Keenan Allen would only be a part of the now plan. And even Keenan Allen again. Keenan Allen got to be thinking chip or the check. And Nisi said he's been chasing the check, so why stop? Why stop now? And Nisi, if he chasing the check, he ain't coming to Dallas. He ain't coming to Dallas. He just not. D-Webb, what's going on? He ain't coming to Dallas. Hallelujah, what's going on? Hallelujah. And I'm telling you, hallelujah. On this one, I agree with Jerry. I don't want to pay for Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, guys, I'm telling us, 2 years tops. No, we make a better investment on one of these rookie wide receivers because we get them for 7 years. They go beyond Dak Prescott. And if they don't go beyond Dak Prescott, and I think they do go beyond Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has a 4-year deal. But if Dak Prescott balls out, book it. I told you first. The Cowboys are going to extend Dak Prescott. Do not be shocked. I'm just telling y'all, the Joneses are sentimental about their quarterbacks. And I think they have become very sentimental about one Dak Prescott as much as we said in the past they don't like Dak Prescott. Well, Jerry has put all his chips in on Dak Prescott now. Love, like him, or hate him. Jerry he keeps saying a Dak Prescott-led team. Dak Prescott-led team. He's put all his chips in on one Dak Prescott. Don't be shocked if the Dallas Cowboys extend Dak Prescott. Do not be shocked. If Dak Prescott is healthy and still balling, he's going to give him a very team-friendly deal. You don't have to worry about that part. Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones wants Dak Prescott to retire a Dallas Cowboy. He does not want Dak Prescott to play anywhere else. And I'm not sure Dak Prescott wants to play anywhere else. I think he wants to retire a Cowboy. Oh, man. Hallelujah. I can't help it. She said they play too much Glorilla Sexy Red on the radio. Y'all know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I'm telling us, the rookie makes a bigger and longer impact. They do. Dank said the Cowboys aren't doing anything impactful to make a difference. The only thing that can actually make a difference is the unknown scheme of the head coach. No, Dank. The players matter. No, the players matter, Dank. And I think even what they've done in free agency, no, those are impactful moves. And we're going to find out sooner than later. Man, I'm telling you, you have got to go look at what these people are saying about Sanborn. They are saying the Cowboys might have got the steal of free agency. Man, this dude is a tackling machine. Cowboys going to be way better. But they have got to get this wide receiver first. Hey, Bills, there it is. You're saying the same thing I'm saying. Bills, this is the easiest path. Day one, wide receiver, period. Best wide receiver available, period. No discussion. Bills, no discussion. Only discussion we're having on day one is Ted McMillan gone? Okay, so Emeka's still there. Emeka will still be there. Okay, Genty gone. Ted gone. Can we get Emeka if we trade back to 18 or 19, pick up a fourth-round draft pick, or maybe even a third? Somebody may want to get the 12 bad. Can we get a third or a fourth-round draft pick, trade back, and still be guaranteed to get Emeka? Yes, sir. Let's do it. No discussion. This is not a long discussion for me on draft day, guys. If I'm the Cowboys, make this simple, Bills. Day two, no discussion. Who's the best running back left? And I got a feeling that the Cowboys go with Emeka on day one. Travion Henderson is sitting there day two. I'm telling you, I love Amarion Hampton, love Ashton Genty. I love Abuka. This dude is, I love Travion Henderson. Home run hitter, period. Period. Give me both of them Buckeye boys. I'm telling y'all, boy, give me both of them Buckeyes. I'm telling you, I'm satisfied. The whole draft falls into place. The entire draft falls into place for the Dallas Cowboys if they just go the easiest path. If they go any other way, they complicate it. Any other way is complicated. It's going to require a lot of thinking, chance taking. No, keep it simple. Day one, wide receiver, best wide receiver available. Don't even discuss it. Day two, best running back available. Don't even discuss it. And if you can be real slick, day one, okay, Genty gone, Ted gone. Can we trade back and get Emeka? That's the only wide receiver I'm going for. Day two, okay, Hampton gone, Genty gone, Travion Henderson. How far back can we trade backwards and still get Travion Henderson? Those are the only two things I'm trying to work out. Those are the only two things I'm working out. And I'm not taking a chance. If someone tells me there's a sliver of a chance that we don't get Emeka and we don't get Travion Henderson, I'm not trading back. I'm not trading back. And the reason why I'm not trading back is because when I look at the running backs, I'm double dipping. And I'm telling y'all, do not be shocked. I believe this is the one position the Cowboys are going to double dip. They're going to double dip at running back. It just makes too much sense. You will not get this chance again. The Cowboys will not get this chance again in the next 3 to 4 years. Double up, shawty. Double up. I'm just telling you. Double up. Go ahead and get your two-headed monster ready for 2026. Go ahead and start prepping it. Go ahead and start prepping it. Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, those are one-year deals. I don't care if they do good this year. They're not getting extended. They better run for 4,000 yards as a pair because neither one of them are getting extended if they stay on the team. Deuce Vaughn, odd man out. Deuce Vaughn for me, odd man out. I'm not wasting my time on we like our guys. I'm not doing this stuff no more. No, I'm doubling up. This is the great draft to double up 2 running backs. You look up in 2026, you're an absolute monster. You telling me if the Cowboys have Martinez, Bashua Tootin, or Marcus Yarns or one of those type of players with one Travion Henderson, I'm telling y'all, the Cowboys are juggernauts in 2026. And they're going to do serious damage. They're going to do serious damage in 2025 with those running backs. The Cowboys got to double up. They have to double up in this draft. But again, I'm telling us Cowboy fans, we got to make this easy. We have to make it easy. We're not thinking in this draft. I don't want no thinking. Y'all remember what I told you? I like my man simple. I don't want all the algebra and calculus. Nah, I'll keep my stuff simple. What is our most glaring need? What is it? The most glaring need, we've already did it. The most glaring need the Cowboys have, it is so simple. Wide receiver, running back. They got to address those in the first 2 rounds. And some people even talking about a quarterback in the 3rd round. I wish I would. I'm not getting no doggone quarterback in the 3rd round. I wish I would. The Cowboys are sending a strong message to me if they get a quarterback in the 3rd round. They're sending a very strong message. If the Cowboys get a quarterback in the 3rd round, to me, it's saying, hey, we are looking for Dak Prescott's replacement, and we don't believe he's going to be healthy. If the Cowboys at the quarterback position, if they have any doubt about Dak Prescott's health, do not waste our time with a quarterback in the 3rd round. Don't do it. Go get a veteran. Go get a veteran. If you don't have enough confidence, because, man, I'm telling you, this is a hefty investment in Dak Prescott. No, you need to be banking on Dak Prescott being healthy. That's what you need to be banking on. And rather than getting a quarterback in the 3rd round, then go get an offensive lineman in the 3rd round. There will still be good offensive linemen in the 3rd round, guys. If the Cowboys want to go offensive linemen, they're going to still be there. They will still be there in the 2nd round, and there is no doubt. Now, they're saying that Omarion Hampton will be there in the 2nd round. I would probably go Travion Henderson. I'm pretty sure if Omarion Hampton is there, the Cowboys will probably go Omarion Hampton. But just for my own satisfaction, these are the 2 running back. I mean, this is the wide receiver running back combination I'm going with. And if the Cowboys want to go offensive tackle, there is still going to be some very good offensive linemen right there in the draft. If you're concerned you want to have even more competition at the offensive line position, well, go in the draft and address it. That's what your 3rd round is going to be for. And I got a strange feeling the Cowboys will get another 4th round pick. They will get another 4th round pick. They did it last year. I have a feeling they're going to do it again. Some kind of way the Cowboys are going to get back in the 4th round. But again, I'm just telling us the easiest path for the Dallas Cowboys to take. And this is a no-brainer. It has to be wide receiver, running back. Wide receiver first day, running back second day. No, don't do running back first day. There are too many good running backs. Do not do running back the first day unless it's Ashton Jeanty. And don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not drunk on Ashton Jeanty. I would actually consider, I'm not even going to say it because I know some people it ain't going to set well. But I'll say this. Ashton Jeanty, okay, no-brainer at number 1. So now at number 2, again, I still got to get a Mecca. I still have to get a Mecca if he's there. But this is where I am with this Cowboys draft. All right, let me close that out real quick because I don't want that to blink us off. All right, so let's kind of spend some time here. Let me fix this up because I think I forgot when I made some adjustments here. All right, hold on just a second. So, again, let's go to the Dak-friendly wide receivers. And let's spend some time here. The Dak-friendly wide receivers. The Dak-friendly wide receivers. Let me see here. The Dak-friendly wide receivers. Now, it sounds like to me when we're talking about the Dak Prescott friendly receivers, the reason why some of us, because I'm going to include myself in this, I believe one of the reasons we're talking about the Dak friendly wide receivers is because of their size. I think that's what we're talking about. And I think we're saying that we want Dak Prescott to have bigger wide receivers, right? So I have 3 wide receivers written down here on purpose. And the reason why I have these 3 wide receivers written down here on purpose, you're going to see something that they all 3 have in common. What they all 3 have in common, from what my understanding is, all 3 of them are 6'5". All 3 of these wide receivers are 6'5". They have Ted McMillan ranked at number 2. Savion Williams ranked at number 12. And then they have Dante Thornton ranked at number 20. These are what I deem, when I'm looking at the overall height of these wide receivers. And let me make sure. Yep, Dante Thornton, 6'5". And when you look, and let's go one more page over. Hold on, let me show y'all this. So I'm starting here on the page. Let me start at page 3. And if we're talking about the Dak-friendly wide receivers, when we look at them, and if we're talking about the bigger wide receivers, if we're talking about comparisons to Ted McMillan as far as size, there is, from what I can see, there are only 2. There are only 2 of these guys who compare in size. And those 3 guys, 6'5" wide receivers, Dante Thornton. Now, let me add something else to the mix. And I'm going to do this later on. I'm going to do a comparison between these 3 wide receivers for people to look at. But again, Dante Thornton, he runs a 4.340. This dude is 214. He is 214 pounds, 6'5", runs a 4.340. If we're staying with the theme of the 6'5" wide receivers, and we're about to watch some film on them, when we start breaking down the 6'5" wide receivers, Savion Henderson, he runs a 4.48, and he's 225 pounds. And then, of course, when we go to Ted McMillan, he runs 4.55. Of course, we know he's 6'5". Ted McMillan, 212 pounds. So this is the comparison that we're looking at. The 3 Dak-friendly wide receivers in this draft, Ted McMillan, Savion Williams, and Dante Thornton, all 3 are 6'5". When you look at the top 30 receivers, these are the Dak-friendly receivers. They're ranked 2, 12, and 20. T-Mac, who's ranked number 2, if you're looking at these criteria, and if you look at, just think about this for a moment. They all 3 check the box. They're all 3 top 20. Now, for me, I'm going to show you something that, when you start considering what they may do. If the Cowboys want wide receivers that can block, well, one of the things you want to be looking at is power and weight. Well, when you look at weight, Savion is 225. He's 225. But again, if I'm looking for the wide receiver that may have the best hands, people may argue that T-Mac may be the winner when it comes to hands. Y'all tell me on this. But some people say that Tet is the winner when it comes to hands. You know, and we start looking at things like route runner. I'm going to actually do a whole expose on this and kind of see where these guys rank in all these different categories of hands and route running and separation. I'm going to do the whole gamut on this later on. But again, if I'm just looking at the basics, and when I look at speed, this is the one that jumps off the page to me. It is Dante Thornton. He jumps off the page. He jumps off the page if I'm looking for speed, and I'm just being honest. If I'm looking for speed and playmaking ability, this dude Dante Thornton, he nasty. But if I'm looking more for bigger wide receiver, break some tackles maybe he can break some tackles. Maybe I can do some Deebo Samuel type stuff with him. I'm going to be looking at none other than Savion Williams. And I noticed this looking at the tape. I noticed how TCU used Savion Williams. They used Savion Williams almost like Deebo Samuels. I mean, they really gave him a lot of jet sweep type stuff. If it wasn't the jet sweep, they were throwing like wide receiver screens. And we already know what those are. You might take one step up or one step back, throw me the ball, let me do what I do. This is what they do with Savion Williams. He's the bigger of the three. Probably would be a part not of just the blocking run game. Savion Williams is probably going to be a part of the run game. Because again, I don't want to see CeeDee Lamb running no more jet sweeps. Enough. It is time for CeeDee Lamb to graduate from the jet sweeps. I would rather see Kevontae Turpin running those. I would rather see somebody like a Jonathan Mingo running those. I would rather see if we get one of these three guys. I would love to see Dante Thornton on a jet sweep. And even Savion Williams, you're going to see by the film we're going to watch. But I think when you're talking about T-Mac, and I think this is the reason why he's the number 2 rated, I think that people are looking at Tet as more of the prototypical big wide receiver. But again, I think the tape is going to tell us some things because, man, I'm just telling you, man, this dude Dante on tape and even Savion Williams. This is why I say, too, we got to be careful with tape because I've noticed something about tape that we don't do, and I've been noticing this about people who keep looking at tape, especially when it's a player that they're for. They're looking at the things that are the pros of getting that wide receiver or that player rather than the pros and the cons of getting that wide receiver. You take, for example, everybody keep talking about Keenan Allen. So can somebody start talking about what are the cons of getting Keenan Allen? I mean, I would really like to know both sides of the argument. What are the pros and the cons? You're just giving me all the pros because the pros are what make you seem right. But if someone comes in and starts talking about the cons, and this is kind of what I was talking about in the beginning of the discussion as it pertains to Michael Parsons, people always want to hear the pros. They don't want to hear the cons, except when you're talking about Dak Prescott. Now, when we're talking about Dak Prescott, all everybody wants to hear are the cons. And they're fighting against all the pros, and the pros outweigh the cons. But I digress. When we're talking about these players like Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, any of these wide receivers that people want the Cowboys to get, you're telling me the pros. That's great. Give me the cons. Can you tell me the things they don't do well? Can you tell me why the Cowboys might not want to pick up that wide receiver? Can you tell me why they might not want to pick up that certain player? I want to see some of that too, because if you're talking about true analysis, you have to do those things. You have to do those things. And this is what people do when they're truly making these picks. And this is what a lot of us don't like. See, we want to show off all the cons and say, all the pros and say the Cowboys are dumb if they don't get this player. And then the Cowboys go and do their real homework with people who are doing this way more than us. They go and do their real homework and go, well, here are the cons of getting this guy. This is why we don't want to do it. Again, let me go to the comments. I'm only going to go down to about the last 20 here. Chance 357, what's going on? Vaughn needs to be returning kicks and kickoffs. Chance, I don't think he's going to make the team. If he does, they'll be doing it as a favor. Because if the Cowboys bring in 2 running backs, and then with the 2 they've already picked up in free agency, I don't know where Vaughn fits in. I don't know where he fits in. Timothy Govin, he said running back, wide receiver, running back. Forever DC, Sutton isn't in play for Jerry Jones. He wants a cheap rookie. Hey, Forever DC, me too. Hey, Forever DC, I'm just being honest with you. Me too. It's not that I want to be cheap. I'm looking at the now and the future. If the Cowboys had all their needs filled and the only thing we were looking for was one player to push us over the top, this is a whole different discussion. And I don't even believe that Sutton does that for us. But if I'm the Cowboys and I want to control a player for the next 7 years, I'm looking at the rookies. I'm going to go in this draft and I'm going to get the best rookie wide receiver available because the upside is way better. Way, way better. C-Base. Sutton is a tall body too. That would Lamb would be better than Cooks was. C-Base. But the money. I don't want to tie up that much money in a 2-year player. I don't want to tie that much money up into him. No. What's the drop-off between Sutton and Ted McMillan? And again, C-Base. This is where you have to start going in. What's the difference? Or what's the drop-off from Sutton to McMillan? Sutton to Savion? Sutton to Dante? What's the drop-off? Not only what's the drop-off, what's the upside? Okay, we know what Sutton is. Do these 3 maybe have a higher upside? And it's not necessarily these 3. Because I actually think the Cowboys have an opportunity. I'm of the opinion, I think the Cowboys ought to double up on wide receiver and running back. That's where I am. I think the Cowboys may be able to get Savion Williams and Dante or Dante Thornton on the backside. Dante Thornton may be a day 3 pick. And I think he is going to be a day 3 pick. I think Savion Williams, I think he's going to be a day 3. I think they're both going to be day 3. And they may be there in the 4th or the 5th. They may both be there. So, hey, C-Base, there it is. I want them to double dip at wide receiver too. I want them to double dip. I do. Jared Thomas, if the Cowboys get a quarterback in the 3rd round, that pretty much means you have to trade Dak Prescott. Hey, Jared, I'm not getting, and I don't know if it means we have to trade him, but hey, Jared, I think it's saying something. I think it's saying something. And I don't think Jerry's going to send that message. The Cowboys, if they really are serious, they need to go get a veteran backup. Robert Simmons, if Shedeur falls to 12, I hope the Cowboys don't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Do not touch Shedeur Sanders with a 10-foot pole. You went all in on your quarterback. Stay all in on your quarterback. By the time Shedeur Sanders would even see the field, we would be in a Jordan Love situation. We would be in a situation till maybe we only see 1 year of Shedeur Sanders before we have to make a decision on whether or not we want to give him a 5-year deal. I wouldn't do it. Intelligent, he said, no, sir, no quarterback, 3rd round, 5 or 6 at best in the worst draft for quarterback I've seen in sometimes as a class. Yes, sir. It would be a waste for the Cowboys to do a quarterback in the 3rd round. Chance said definitely no quarterback in the 3rd round. No way. Chance, would you trade for Sutton? No. The upside for the rookies, for me, is too high. The upside on the rookies are way too high. Not to mention, I get them 7 years. I don't want no wide receiver. I don't want no wide receiver for 3 years. I don't want them because it's probably going to be 2. Intelligence said most likely the Cowboys not taking a running back early due to the second contract payment for that running back if he performs well. I think they're going to do the running back at number 2. I do. Savion Williams, I like the upside. Lots of work needed, but the upside, I believe, will pay off big time. And intelligent. That's one of the reasons why Savion, they could probably get him on the backside. I wouldn't be surprised. Contact Digest, he said, good options for us at wide receivers, Jaden Higgins, Ty Felton, Keandre Lambert-Smith, or he said Pat Bryant. And I like your idea of getting Dante Thornton, a guy you can get outside of first round. Yeah, Dante and Savion, to me, I think you can get them in the 4th or the 5th. And I think Thornton, it'll be crazy, but they got him as a 5th. Intelligent. He is the one with hands. Yep, it's and looking at the film, it seems to be T-Mac. It does. Marvin Jenkins, Jalen, Iowa State, 6'4". Okay, I keep that in consideration. Jalen rank in front of both receivers you're talking about. Okay, hold on, let me see. Let me go look over here real quick. Okay, you're talking about Jalen Roy. Wait, let me see. Wait. Let me go back just a bit. What did you say here? Okay, you said the name of the one is okay, Jalen, Iowa State. Okay, let me see here. I don't see him in the top 12. This is NFL Draft Buzz. Okay, you said his name is Jalen. Don't see him. Okay, I don't see him on Draft Buzz unless I'm missing him. I don't see him. Oh, okay, wait, is it? No, it's not Jalen Noel. No, I don't see him. At least on this, I don't see him. Forever DC, he says if they draft a quarterback, he will sit behind Dak. Yep, if they're smart, but this is not the year. The year the Cowboys need to get the quarterback behind Dak Prescott in the draft is 2027. Because it's more of, you'll know by that time, Dak 2 years into this deal, you're going to know so much about Dak Prescott. You're going to know kind of where he's going with his health. I mean, you're going to know if your team is trending upward with Dak Prescott. You're going to know that over the next 2 years. And then that 3rd season, you get that quarterback because you're going to be able to get from under Dak Prescott. You don't need him 4 years under Dak. You probably only need him just 1 year under Dak. That's what makes the most sense. That way, then if you decide to part ways with Dak after the 2027 season, even though you're going to take a massive cap hit, you get from up under Dak Prescott, and you'll actually get 2 years to see what that quarterback is. And then if you don't like what that quarterback is, then you get to go back in the draft, or maybe there's some veteran that's out, or free agent out there, and you can decide on whether or not you want to get a quarterback in free agency, or you can decide and say, no, this quarterback that we drafted, he doesn't look quite like what we want him to look like, so now we'll go get us a rookie we'll go get one in the draft. So that's kind of where you are. Let me see here. Thornton is speed, T-Mac in size and control, and Savion is power. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to see this as we watch the film, because I noticed the same thing, Intelligent. They all three bring something different to the table. Angie said getting Keenan Allen or Amari shouldn't stop them from drafting a wide receiver. It will, though. Again, Angie, it will. Now, again, I don't think Amari Cooper will as much as Keenan Allen will. Because Keenan Allen, Angie, he want money. Keenan ain't taking no cheap price. Keenan is going to want about $15 million a season. He's going to probably want $30 million guaranteed over 2 years. I'm not doing it. When I can get one of these rookies for what? $16 million? 4 years guaranteed? 5th year option? 2 tags? Nope. I want now and the future. Keenan Allen is a now move, as in we better hit the lottery on Keenan Allen now, this year or the following year, because there's no way you're going the 3rd year on Keenan Allen. I wouldn't do it. And I think this is why he's not with the Cowboys. They're not doing it either. Just like they didn't do Cooper Kupp. They were not doing that Cooper Kupp deal. That Cooper Kupp deal for the Cowboys was too rich from 2 perspectives: age, injury history. And again, whether we like it or not, I appreciate all the talk about Keenan Allen and the film work and blah, blah, blah. But again, can we get some cons? Can we get some cons on Keenan Allen? He got a little bit of an injury history too. He's coming up on 33. And I'm just telling you, once you get older, man, those injuries, they hit different. They hit a whole lot different. I'm just saying, when we start talking about the Keenan Allens of the world, the Amari Coopers, and I'm not going to be mad if they do it, but it's actually saying that if I'm getting Keenan Allen, the reason why I'm getting him is that I don't want to get a wide receiver in the first round. I actually don't want to get one. But because if I do, I'm still tying up money in that wide receiver position. And I'm tying up quite a bit of money in that wide receiver position as it applies to those two guys. For me, I want a guy I can have for 7 years. I want somebody I can have for 7 years. And if I get that wide receiver, I'm also saying I also want to see what Mingo, Campbell, Flournoy, I want to see what they can develop into also. I mean, Tolbert and Jalen Brooks, for me, they're odd men out. But again, Cowboys, they're telling us they're thinking somewhere similar because this is why they haven't went and got Keenan Allen. And I don't think the Cowboys are going to get Keenan Allen because Keenan Allen, you're tying up quite a bit of money in him as a player. I don't think they want to tie up that player, that much money in an older player. They don't. Ty Church, he said, Boss said Cooper looks a step slower. Father Time is undefeated, Ty Church. Yeah, of course he's going to look a step slower. And if I'm looking at the now and the future, I'm looking at these three wide receivers that I'm about to show us film on, and the upside on them, I'm taking that upside. And I'm not tying up that kind of money in Keenan Allen. I'm not doing it. Now, I do think Amari Cooper is probably going to take less money. I think he's going to take less money. Because the way they're talking about Amari Cooper, man, Amari Cooper might be on a prove-it deal. I mean, they're talking about Amari Cooper is done, and that talk is crazy to me. Forever DC, he said he sprained his right shoulder due to an AC joint sprain he sustained in 2013. Never underwent surgery and is somewhat limited. Okay, who are we talking about on that? Okay, he said the pros and the cons on one Keenan Allen. Yeah, Boss does some serious work on this stuff, for sure. Iceberg's Slim, he says, don't even fake T-Mac and CD shakes up things in the NFC East secondaries a week. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, man, T-Mac, Emeka, they all going to come in and do damage. They are. C. Burleson, yeah, we have the best kick return and punt returner, no doubt, for sure. And he's also one of the best gadget guys because I think the Cowboys, what they got to do with Turpin is they got to do better at getting him in space. Angie the Rebel Chicks, she says, why can't we get both the rookie and the vet? Can we be greedy? Because, let's think about this, Angie. If you are greedy on wide receiver, then that's somewhere else you can't be greedy on. Because, let's keep in mind, the Cowboys are not just keeping this cap money. And this is the part that people got to get into their minds. The cap space the Cowboys have is not just about the free agency now. The Cowboys are still trying to see what's going to be shaking down all the way up until the first game of the season. There will be teams that will be cutting some significantly good players probably around training camp. They'll be cutting some of them during the preseason. And the one piece and the one part that we got to play that we never play, trade deadline. We never play during that time. We got to be willing to play. We have to be willing to play. We have to keep resources just in case we want to do something at the trade deadline. And again, this is another part that people don't want to take into consideration. The Cowboys are not looking at the money that the cap space they have as 2025 only. The Cowboys are looking at the cap space they have as 2026 also. They can carry over a certain amount of money. What if the big fish is not this season? What if the big fish is next season? Why not carry over some money again for what happens all the way up until the first game, all the way up until the trade deadline? And then if you want to have some money left over, you say there may be a big fish in 2026, because I told us before and I'm going to tell us again. The Cowboys are setting themselves up that in 2026, we will not be having the same conversations we're having today, y'all. Our conversations in 2026, they're going to be different. Our conversations in 2026 are going to be so much better. We are literally going to be able to go into the draft, free agency, and the trade deadline. Best player available. Let me remind us, Stephen Jones said, our goal is to have the best roster in the NFL. That takes 2 years. It really takes 3, but the Cowboys already have some of the parts they need. They have the quarterback. They have the wide receiver. They have the edge rusher. They have Deron Bland. We'll see what Trayvon Diggs is. They have Amarion Hampton. They have Sam Williams. Oso Digizua. The Cowboys, we don't realize they have so many pieces. They're not rebuilding. They're recalibrating. They have so many pieces. They're trying to get the roster solidified for 2025. Let them gel with the coaches. And then in 2026, you have the system in place. It's not going to change. You're not going to change the offense or the defense after 2025. The offense is what it's going to be. Everybody will be a year into the offense and the defense. The only people who are going to have to learn the offense and the defense is anybody who come in new. But now, because we got so many who already know the system, the teaching will be coming from all angles. Some of our rookie players, some of our 2-year players, they're going to be better in 2026. And they're probably going to be the starters. And so some of the people we're going to get in the draft, they're going to be a part of the depth. The people who now are a part of the depth, they're going to be some of the starters. This team is young. 2026, the conversation is different. We won't be talking about we need a wide receiver no more. 2026, we will not be talking about we need a running back anymore. 2026, we will not be talking as much about the edge rushers, the linebackers, the safeties, the cornerbacks. We won't be talking about those positions as much because those positions will be filled. What we'll be talking about is, best player available. Those are the conversations all through 2026. Best player available. This is what they're trying to do. And the best thing for the Cowboys to do, because we know 2025 is not a win now season. It's a get back to winning season, but it's not going to be necessarily a win now season. And it's not like they're not going to be trying to win now, because I do believe they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to kind of understand, unless this team comes out like wildfire, I don't think anyone's going to be expecting Super Bowl. They'll be talking Super Bowl. There'll be people talking Super Bowl. But the reality is, I don't think anyone will be thinking, hey, we're going to go Super Bowl this year. But 2026, watch what I tell you. Whole different conversation. Whole different conversation. So in order to build the best roster available, it's going to take 2 years. And when you start talking about some of these players again, like Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, it's a catch-22. If Keenan Allen is going for the chip, I'm just telling us, logically, he's not thinking the Cowboys, because he doesn't have the vision that I have. And it's not saying I'm smarter than him at football. There's a lot of people don't believe what I'm saying about the Cowboys. That's the issue. He don't have the vision saying, hey man, in about 2 years, the Cowboys going to be in the Super Bowl. He ain't thinking that. Amari Cooper, he's not thinking that. You know what a lot of people are saying? Cowboys hadn't been to a Super Bowl in 30 years. There are people out there who don't have the confidence in Brian Schottenheimer like some of us do. There are players around the league. They're just not looking at the Cowboys the way I'm looking at the Cowboys. They're not looking at the Cowboys the way some of us are looking at the Cowboys. So if they're coming to the Cowboys, we have to understand they don't actually have the chip in mind. They have the check. But the reason why they're looking at the Cowboys, they know they're not looking at the Cowboys. They know the Joneses are cheap. And they know they're not getting the check. This is why they're not having these conversations about the Cowboys. And this is why the Cowboys, all the stuff we do in the offseason, it's absolutely great. It's entertaining for the fan base. We got to keep our fan base kind of, engaged with the team. We want to continue to give our fan base hope in certain places. But at the end of the day, the Cowboys are not thinking the way we're thinking. At least like some of us are thinking. I think they're thinking more towards the lines of what I'm thinking. They don't want to tie up that kind of money in Cooper Kupp. They didn't want to tie up that kind of money. They don't want to tie up this kind of money in Keenan Allen. And if Amari Cooper come here, he better be on the cheap. They're not doing it. They're absolutely not doing it. I know we may not like what I'm saying, but it's absolutely truth. Because their actions is showing this is how they're thinking. They're just not going to do some of the stuff that we think they ought to be doing. Now, me again, I'm not all for the thing with Keenan Allen. Again, I'm not going to be mad if they do it. It will improve the team right now. But I just think the upside is more on the wide receivers because the wide receivers in the draft this year, it is deep enough that the Cowboys are in position that they're going to not be able to get one. The Cowboys are in position to get two really good wide receivers that in a year, man, they're going to be everything we want them to be pretty much. They're going to be everything we want them to be. Now, again, let me cue it up. I want to go to Ted McMillan first. Now, a lot of us, we pretty much already know what Ted McMillan is. I don't think there's any doubt on Mr. Ted McMillan. But again, we'll show some of his highlights. Let me see who I want to go to. I got the other two pulled up who I want to go to, who I'm going to use. But with T-Mac, there's so many. And we'll probably let's use about a 2-minute highlight. I don't want to use anything too long. Let's see here. All right, let's go to, I think we'll use some of the, let's use some of the NFL film room. And let's kind of look at some film on Ted McMillan. This man, Ted McMillan, boy, I'm telling you, he looks really good on tape. But I can tell you this dude, Savion Williams, when we look at him, you're going to notice something. Savion Williams plays a lot faster and a lot, and I think Savion Williams plays a lot more violent. I mean, to me, he's a violent type of player when you're looking at him. All right, let's pull him up here. We're going to look at some Ted McMillan. We're going to turn the sound down and we'll put a little music up. Hopefully we don't get copyright struck. And if we do, hey, everyone who's watching it live, you get to catch Ted McMillan. Everyone, and then everyone who catches it on the rewatch, they won't catch Ted McMillan. Let's check out Ted. See what Ted is working with. All right, let's go. Now, this right here is what I actually like Ted McMillan for. I think Ted McMillan will be a serious red zone problem. Ted McMillan has got some really good hands. Really good hands, and he runs routes pretty good too. This is what I see as a pro for Ted. Look at this. Boom. Dug in the ground. Man, it's hard, man. One of the things I used to tell my sons all the time, there are two things that are hard to defend. The perfect thrown pass, very hard to defend. Route running, almost impossible to defend. Right here, I'm telling you. This is where Ted McMillan is strong. Every time I see Ted McMillan, I think red zone. Where were we suffering this year? Red zone. Ted McMillan in the red zone is an absolute problem. Ted McMillan in the red zone is a problem. He is. He's a problem. He's a problem. He's an absolute problem, I'm telling you. Not only can he run the routes, but the catch radius. Look at the catch radius. This dude is a problem. Straight up. He a problem. Ted is a problem. I'm telling you. Ted is a problem. Ted McMillan is a problem. Nice little route. See how he stuck him in? Boom. Stuck him out, ran inside of him. Look at this. Boom. One hand grab. Ted got hands. I watched some other tape on him too with these one-handed catches. I mean, he not Odell Beckham Jr. level with them one-hand catches, but Ted got big hands, man. Ted got big hands. Ted got sticky hands. Make a man miss. Now, the thing is with Ted, you're noticing already, you're not going to get the necessarily blazing speed. And even though he ran like a 4.4 in the 40, this is not what you're actually getting Ted McMillan for. It's great that he ran a 4.4 40. This is not what you're getting Ted. This is not what you're getting Ted for. That's not what you're getting Ted for. Ted is a possession receiver, a red zone threat, hands, contested catches. This is what you're getting Ted McMillan for. He would be the perfect complement to me for CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a yards after the catch type of wide receiver. Doesn't mean that Ted's not going to get it for you. But Ted, I'm telling you, hands, possession, red zone, this dude is serious. Here he is. Look up. Ted McMillan is going to be a problem. Ted is going to be a problem. Ted's going to be a problem. Now, I want to go back for a second. This is one of the reasons why they like Ted McMillan. I want you to watch what he does. Ted McMillan has got a quality that you can't teach. Watch his concentration on the ball. Just check him out. Watch him on this route. Bam. Eyes on the ball. Body adjustment. Goes up. Boom. This dude's a problem. This dude's a problem. The catch radius. You want to talk about tight window throws? A wide receiver like this will save your butt on so many tight window throws. Saves you. He absolutely saves you. This dude is serious. Again, just keep watching what they do with Ted. Ted is more of a possession receiver for me. He's gonna move some sticks for you. No doubt about it. Gonna make some great catches for you. All right, let's skip that ad real quick. Now again, with Ted McMillan, notice what you're getting. Ted is not going to run away from people. It don't mean he's not going to run away from people, but more times than not, he's not going to run away from people. Not as far as hitting his head on the goalpost. But what he is going to do, he's moving them sticks because he's a problem. He's a problem in the zones. He's already showing us this. He's a problem in the zone. You know why he's a problem? Big target. He's not going to get lost like a Brandon Cooks. He's not going to get lost like a Cavante Turpin. He's not going to get lost like smaller receivers. No, when this dude hits that zone, you see him. You don't miss Ted McMillan. You don't miss him. And again, here we are getting in the red zone. This is where this dude is going to be a problem. Look, same route. Same route. Dig route. Boom. Step in there. Boom. Watch him. Again. You notice what they're showing you. This dude is a problem. Route running, size, hands. Problem. Look at the catch radius. Let's go back for a second. This is what you call a Dak Prescott friendly wide receiver. Let's go back just a little bit. We're going to catch that in slow motion from the other side. Watch this. Catch radius. This is what you're looking for. He makes the tight window throws less tight, especially if you throw them high. Look at these cornerbacks. Look at these defensive backs as how small they look on this dude. Damn. There's no hope. All you can do is tackle him. That's it. That's the only thing you're going to be able to do. Look at this. You can't teach size. You can't. You can't teach it. All right, here we go. Again, he's not going to do a lot of the breaking and long runs, but he's a bigger wide receiver. You're not going to be able to do a lot of that doggone arm tackling stuff. See, again, let's notice. Ted McMillan, exactly what I'm showing you. Ted McMillan is a problem in zone coverage. He's a problem because he can run the routes. He's a problem in zone coverage. He's a big target. He's a serious problem. This is another place, again, I think that Ted McMillan is going to be great. If the Cowboys get him, he will be absolutely great in the red zone. He'll be great in the red zone. Look at him. He's a problem. Bigger target. He's just a problem. Period. He's a problem in these zones. He's a problem. Look at that. He's a problem. And you're definitely not going to do one-on-one with him. You can forget it one-on-one. Boom, right there. He's a problem. He's going to move the sticks. I'm telling you, man, this guy is going to make the tight window throws less tight. He nice. Well, I'll tell you, hey, Louise, what's going on? Appreciate you. Louise, let me tell you something. Don't fool yourself. Do not fool yourself. There are some weak cornerbacks in this league, bro. There are some weak cornerbacks in this league. Absolute weak cornerbacks. And I'm going to tell you, Luis, I appreciate what you're saying, brother. You can't teach size. I don't care if you give me the best cornerback in the league. You can't teach size. If I'm 6'5" and you put me on a 5'10" cornerback, I don't care how much experience he got. I'm getting him. I promise you I'm getting him. I'm absolutely getting him because we saw Dez Bryant do this, and Dez Bryant was shorter than Ted McMillan. No, I'm getting him. I don't care who the cornerback is, short unless it's Darrelle Revis or one of these people. I'm getting him. I'm getting him. And there are two, the number one position that translates the best in the pros, running back. But I've already shown us the list of wide receivers. And Keenan Allen was a third-round draft pick, came in giving these cornerbacks the business. DK Metcalf came in the league giving these cornerbacks the business. No, you're not going up against elite cornerbacks every week. You're not doing that. You're going up against good cornerbacks every week. You're going up against good linebackers every week. You're only seeing the elite players, Lewis. You're only seeing them like what? 5 times a season? Name me the elite cornerbacks. Name me the elite cornerbacks that Ted McMillan would face 17 weeks in a row. He's not facing elite cornerbacks 17 weeks in a row. He's not doing it. Not doing it. Ice Cold Cowboy. I like what you said. Ted McMillan is not a Dollar Tree wide receiver. No doubt about it. Ted McMillan is not a Dollar Tree wide receiver. Luther Burden III, not a Dollar Tree wide receiver. Emeka is not a Dollar Tree wide receiver. Golden is not Dollar Tree. No, we're talking about guys that's going to come in this league, and you watch what I tell you. They're going to immediately hit teams. Watch what happens. They're immediately going to make impact. They're making impact. The same way this receiver we're arguing for, Keenan Allen. I've already shown this last week. Keenan Allen came in this league and had immediate impact. A lot of these really good wide receivers, they come right in this league and they start eating. Because a lot of their eating doesn't depend as much on their own ability. It's also depending upon the ability of the quarterback. Well, we got a great quarterback. It also depends on the scheme. They're going back to play action. Ted McMillan in a play action offense is a problem. Period. Ted McMillan is going to be a problem. Now, the next guy I want to show you is Savion Williams. Let me tell you something. Superstar status. Ted McMillan is a game changer. And superstar, the place that he changes us is the red zone. What did we have a problem with last season? Red zone scoring, including CeeDee Lamb. Including CeeDee Lamb. Dak Prescott tried to hit CeeDee Lamb in the red zone, and it did not work. It didn't work. Where is one of the biggest Achilles heel for this offense? Red zone scoring. And in both instances, you need an improvement at running back. We're going to get that. You need an improvement at wide receiver and bigger wide receivers in the red zone. They're easier to spot. You can throw the ball in places with Ted McMillan, Savion Williams, and Dante Thornton that you're not going to be able to do with any of the wide receivers the Cowboys have currently right now, including CeeDee Lamb. No, these guys are not just regular wide receivers. I mean, Ted McMillan is not a regular wide receiver. I'm just telling you, he's not. Stu's not regular. This dude is going to come in this league and he's going to make an impact. He is. No matter who gets him. He comes in and makes an impact. All right, let's go to our next Dak-friendly wide receiver. And Savion Williams, I'm telling you, Savion Williams shocked me. People have been telling me to look at him, hadn't a chance to look at him. But boy, when I looked at Savion Williams, the only thing that comes to mind is violence. It's like I'm looking at a bigger Deebo Samuel, at least on some of the stuff that I've been watching. Let's watch him on this tape. Let's see what he's working with. Boy, Deebo, this dude, Savion Williams, man, hey, I like what I'm seeing with him. This dude is nice. this was a great catch. Now, somebody said that Savion didn't have hands. On this catch right here, let's watch what he does in slow motion. Watch this. Watch this right here. 224, 6'5", turns his body from the direction that he's running. Boom, hands catch. Twist his body so that the ball doesn't touch the ground. Nice. It's a nice catch. Now, something else I want you to pay attention with Savion. When we put it back in motion, the body size. The body size on Savion. Look at him. Problem. Another problem down there. And this DB tried to put hands on him. Look at the body type on this dude. This dude right here is not small, man. Look, this is the part that killed me about Savion Williams. TCU used him a lot like this. A lot of these direct snaps and just directly out of the backfield. You know why? He 225. This dude is a load, man. Watch him. I told you. Look at this. Tell me this isn't crazy. Savion Williams runs a 4.48. Now, again, I told y'all this before, and some of y'all know this. There is a difference in this combine stuff and this pro day stuff and football speed. Now, I'm just going to tell you. Savion Williams, to me, looks a lot more quicker and a lot faster than Ted McMillan. Now, with Ted, what you saw was technique and hands. What I'm seeing with Savion Williams is what he reminds me of what Dez Bryant was. Dez Bryant, raw power. That was Dez Bryant. Just raw power. That was Dez. This is what I'm seeing with Savion Williams. Raw power is what I'm watching. Here he is again. Watch this. Oh, man. Man. Now, somebody said this dude can't catch. Are you in the chat? Tell me what you mean by he can't catch. Because this catch right here, let's go back just a little bit. This is what you get with these 6'5" receivers. Look at the catch radius. This is what we're calling Dak Prescott friendly. Watch the catch radius. Look at that. Regular size defensive backs don't have a chance on this. Look at that. Catch radius crazy. Catch radius crazy. Now, my son played cornerback in high school. And let me tell you something. When my son would line up at cornerback, he was so much bigger than the wide receivers on the other team. Even now, he's like a musclehead. And people still ask him if he plays pro football. But when he would line up on the field, and people would look at him and go, should he be out there? Look at Savion Williams. Look at Savion Williams. Look how much bigger he is. Look at the defensive backs. Just look at them. This is Savion Williams now. Look at the DBs. You can tell me anything you want to. This dude is a problem. He's gonna be a problem too. And he's just nasty, dirty. Again, somebody said this dude can't catch. Look at these. That's a nice catch, man. Here we go again. Look. He's so big. I mean, any little bump he does, He knocking people off the mark. Look at this. Here we go again. This is what I want you to see. Look how they're using him. They are literally using Savion Williams as a part of the run game because he's so big. Do we not realize he's as big as some running backs? Look at him. Here he is again. Direct snap. Remind you of somebody? Deebo Samuel. Get this again. He runs a 4.48 in the 40. Does that look like a 4.48 to y'all? Savion Williams does not look like he's running a 4.48. Savion Williams has what you call football speed. He has football speed. Dude has football speed. He is a problem. He a problem. I'm just telling you, man, this dude's a problem. Okay, here it is again. I'm thinking this is him on the direct snap. You want to know what else they said was crazy about Savion Williams? These dudes talking about Savion Williams got a great arm. I'm wondering, did he play quarterback or something in high school? They're saying this dude has a great arm. And because TCU runs him, they use these direct snaps with him so much, I want you to notice what the defense did. Let's go back a little bit. I want you to notice what the defense did. Because TCU, anybody who watches TCU will agree, because TCU runs these direct snaps to Savion Williams so much, watch what the defense does. Sell out. They sold out because they do this on the regular. Telling us guys he's versatile. Tell me this dude runs a 4.48. If you didn't tell me the time, I'd tell you you're lying. I would tell you you're lying if you told me this dude was running a 4.48. I'm telling you, I would tell you you're lying. Savion Williams is violent. He violent. I'm telling us. This is why Angie the Rebel Chicks this is why she's attracted to him. This dude's a dog. Angie, this dude is a dog. I know exactly why you would love for him to be on the Cowboys. He's a dog. He is. Miss Matrix, she said, I don't watch college ball and NFL are different, so this is a legit question. Why a lot of y'all saying CD would be number 2 from a draft pick when he took a couple of years to develop? Yeah. And Miss Matrix, I don't watch a lot of college football either. But again, the thing that I'm putting in my mind, Miss Matrix, we got a number 1. These 3 wide receivers I'm showing, they're head and shoulders above every wide receiver we have. Every wide receiver we have right now, they're head and shoulders above other than CD. These 3 wide receivers come in and immediately Dak Prescott's better, offense better, CeeDee Lamb's better because he's not going to get so much double coverage. CeeDee Lamb's going to be open, and these wide receivers are going to eat. And I'm telling you, after looking at some tape on Savion Williams, man, let me tell you, man, this dude is crazy with it. This dude is crazy. This dude right here, Savion Williams, he comes in and immediately makes an impact on sheer raw power, just like Dez Bryant did. This dude is violent. Watch this. Arm tackles ain't good enough. Let's watch it again. Arm tackles are not good enough on this dude. Look, boom. It's not good enough. Now watch him. He's about to outrun the next DB. And just on sheer power. Look at this. Look at that. Boom. It's over. This dude here. Direct snap again. TCU did this quite a bit. Anybody watch TCU football? This was my first time watching tape on Savion Williams like this. They do this a lot. Look. Let me show you something else that is mind-blowing. Look at the guys in the backfield. Why does it look like we have a defensive end standing in the backfield? Do we see how much bigger Savion? Look how much bigger Savion Williams is. He makes these guys in the backfield look like dwarfs. Look at everybody on the offense and look at Savion Williams. Savion's, man, this dude, Savion Williams. This dude is crazy. This dude is crazy. This dude is crazy, man. I'm telling us. This dude is crazy. Angie, I got to agree with you. Savion Williams got to be in this conversation. And the Cowboys could probably trade back and get Savion Williams. Iceberg Slim, I agree with you. Ted McMillan is going to sell jerseys and he's going to help you now. Ted McMillan is going to help you just because I think the red zone, I think in the zone coverages, again, he's not going to be a run away from you type of wide receiver. But we already got that wide receiver. It's CeeDee Lamb. And the Cowboys are also hoping that Jonathan Mingo is that run away from you wide receiver. They're also hoping that Paris Campbell is one of the fastest guys in the NFL. We literally have two of the fastest guys in the NFL on our offense. Cavonte Turpin, Paris Campbell. Cowboys may be looking at them, seeing, okay, can Paris Campbell come in here and be something that he wasn't everywhere else and help take the top off the defense? But I'm telling us, Savion Williams brings you another dimension. Savion Williams, man, he's versatile. He is. Look at this. Just watch this dude. Look. Direct snaps. Look where he's lined up now. Again, does he not remind you of a bigger Deebo Samuel? Because when I saw him, this is the first thing I thought. I said, this dude is a bigger Deebo Samuel. Watch him. Look at the speed, the football speed. See, for me, I want to look at these analytics, but I also want to look at the tape. And on tape, Savion Williams plays faster than he is, and it doesn't tell you how violent. Could you imagine this dude blocking? This dude is serious. He's serious. Look at that. That dude right there, that defensive back. Oh, man, I bet he felt that the next day. I guarantee you he felt that the next day. Guys, I'm just telling you, I can't convince you anymore. Savion dangerous. Savion dangerous. This dude reminds me of Deebo Samuel, but a bigger Deebo Samuel. He dangerous. Angie, he dangerous. Savion Williams is dangerous. Flat out. He dangerous with the ball in his hand. He's absolutely dangerous. He is. Stephen White says Savion can do it all like Tyler Warren. I would take both of them. Stephen White, he dangerous. This dude is dangerous. Straight up. He dangerous. Look at him. Here he is again. Look. I'm telling you, right now, that play, dude, steps, moves the sticks, and scores you touchdowns in the red zone. This dude is powerful. He's powerful and he's violent. Straight up. Straight up. Look at how big this. Here he is again. Tell me this play right here. Tell me this play right here doesn't immediately make the Cowboys more dangerous. Tell me this direct snap. Who do we got on the team that can do this? Who on the team can do this play right here? This dude comes right on this team, and this play right here becomes dangerous. It's a red zone play. It's a first down. It's a 3rd and 8 play. You come in immediately with this dude, and he makes a difference. He does. He does. Straight up, or as we say in the hood, straight up. Straight up, this dude comes in and makes an impact. Straight up. Look at him. This is all I can tell you. Here he is again. Look at this. Here we go again. Red zone. I guarantee you. I guarantee you, the team that gets Savion Williams, this is going to be one of the plays they're going to acclimate sooner than later. Sooner than later. Tell me anything you want to. Tell me anything you want to. Savion Williams is stepping on this team. If the Cowboys get Savion Williams, he immediately making an impact. You don't have to worry about it. he making an impact. Okay, that's what I was thinking, Robert Simmons, because they talking about this dude got a great arm. Intelligent. hey, man, the tape is speaking for itself, isn't it intelligent? This boy Savion Williams is the truth. He the truth. Straight up. Lewis said he'll take him over Ted. Hey, Lewis, I got to give it to you on this. You said he way more versatile and scheme friendly. Former quarterback and give you a flea flicker, running back and run. Hey, you get no argument from me, brother. When I watched him last night, again, all this combine stuff, I like it. All them stats, I love it. Show me the tape. Show me the tape. And I'm going to say something that people might not like, Intelligent Savage. I'm going to say something people might not like. Man, when I look at the tape, this dude looks better than Ted McMillan. When I look at the tape, this dude looks better than Ted McMillan. He does. He looked better than Ted McMillan to me. Y'all tell me what you think in the chat. Tell me. Tell me, does he look better than Ted McMillan? He look better than Ted McMillan. He does. Superstar. Man, this dude don't look like he running a 4.48. And he got what I call football speed. He look better than Ted. Intelligent. Exactly. I said it again. I said it again. He reminds me, Dez Bryant, boy. Dez Bryant was just pure, raw power. That was Dez Bryant. And he was an absolute dog. Dog. Hey, this dude coming in right now making, hey, ice cold. Hey, Andrew made a believe out of me. I went and watched the tape. I'm like, man, now I see and I believe. This dude Savion nasty. Woo! Forever DC, he says Savion used to be a quarterback and is from Marshall, Texas. Okay, he's from my stomping grounds. Texas boys always want to get more than we're playing in front of the home team. Excited to see Solomon has a big, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, Savion Williams, just telling us. Whew, man. Superstar said he don't catch consistently. Hey, Superstar, I tell you what, man, I just hand it off to him. I just hand it off to him. Shoot, this dude is serious. Yes, sir, Troy Dudley, Jack Beck, Savion, Dak-friendly wide receivers. They're going to make the catch rate. It's a lot easier for him. All right, we're going to go to Dante Thornton. And I'm going to tell you about Dante Thornton, guys. This dude tape is going to look as impressive too. Dante Thornton. Shoo. Man. This dude looks impressive too. All right, then 1995 breaking news. Jameis Winston to the Giants. We're going to go look at that. We'll look at that at the end. Lewis said he's Savion over Ted. He said you can call that a reach if you want to, but I guarantee you won't be bad. Hey, Lewis, I'm just telling this, man. I may be saying something some people don't like. Savion look better than Ted to me. Savion, I'm just telling you. Savion look better than Ted. He does. Savion look better than Ted. Now, this is one of the moves right here, guys. If the Cowboys could move back and get Savion, which I don't think Savion's going in the first. I don't think they have him ranked as a first rounder. He crazy. Savion is exceedingly athletic, but he needs the right offense. Along with a team that can really put in the work with him. He's more LaVisca Chenault than Deebo Samuels, okay? And I'll tell you this, I think he'd fit perfect into the Cowboys offense. Based on what they're saying they want to do, okay, you want to be violent? Well, bring him in. Because he's violent. Shoot, he violent, man. Bring him in. Intelligence said I would get Savion Williams, keep him on the jug machine, and get him paired up with the best route running coach because his feet are not bad, but still needs elite work. Put in his work would be straight. Yes. I like him. All right, Lewis, we about to get to this man Thornton. And I can tell you now, guys, I can just tell you up front. Thornton, shoot. I don't understand what Thornton is ranked. I don't understand how they're doing the rankings on him. Man, this dude, Thornton, shoot. Man, looking at the tape on Thornton. I don't know what these folks looking at. But Dante Thornton looks absolutely crazy on tape. He look crazy on tape, man. He does. Now, let's look at him on tape. Yeah, this dude right here, he look crazy on tape. And the reason why Thornton looks crazy on tape is size and speed. Thornton looks crazy on tape because of size and speed. All right, let's check him out. He looks crazy on tape. Check him out. You can see with him immediately the thing that jumps off the tape on this dude is the speed. Watch him off the line. You want to know why that cornerback is giving him all that space? Shoot. Man, let me tell you something. They back way up on these dudes. Crazy with it. What jumps out on Thornton is the absolute sheer speed. The speed of Thornton is crazy. It is. You can see 4.3. All you got to do is look. Everything he does, it says speed. Thornton is another one of these wide receivers, I promise you. Thornton comes right in, guys. You can't teach speed. You can't teach speed. You can't teach height. You can teach some people to shave some tenths of a second off. But, man, you can't teach speed. He's got nice hands. This guy is crazy. Imagine if the quarterback gets the ball out there. This is a touchdown. Look at this. Man, you can forget it. He just runs right past him. Look, it's over. Watch him right here. Watch this. See, that defensive back, it's already over for him. Look at him. It's over. See, this play is over right here. It's over. They left this man on an island. It is over. I'm mad right here. This is the perfect play for this. And look at the catch radius. This is what you were missing with Brandon Cooks. Look at how high the ball is. Look at the placement. Look at his hands. This is similar to the play, but a lot shorter, where Brandon Cooks got intercepted in the Green Bay game. You don't get that interception against this dude. You need these types of wide receivers. He nasty. He is. But what stands out about him, I noticed it's the speed. The speed, the hands, the speed is crazy. Yeah, I'm telling you, the speed is crazy. Definitely going to move the sticks. Oh, man, this dude. And we know Alabama got them top cornerbacks. One thing that Alabama typically have is defensive backs. Shoot, this dude here, man. This dude here. Whew. Hands. Got him right on the fingertips. Right on the fingertips. Yeah, he nice. Again, he nice. And again, what stands out about him? Speed. That's what stands out about him. Speed. Speed, size, hands. Look at that catch. Look at this. Look at how far it's over. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. This is crazy work. Man, safety ain't got it. Man, this dude needs to be benched. Safety, no, he can't do this to the cornerback. I'm telling you guys. I'm just telling you. The Cowboys, if you're talking about these Dak-friendly wide receivers, I'm going to say something that's probably going to sound crazy to some folks. But if I look at Dante Thornton, Savion Williams, and Ted McMillan, I think Savion Williams look better than I think Savion Williams looks the best out of the three. Y'all tell me what you think. I mean, when I'm looking at the tape, Savion looks the best out of the three. I mean, he does. he looks the best out of the three. For real. Yeah, Poobie D. Yeah, CD top three. No doubt. Top three. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb. Top three wide receivers. Tight end, unfortunately, I think they're going to try to give Ferg another opportunity. Unfortunately. And I shouldn't say unfortunately. Maybe he'll look better this year if he's not hurt. You said he looks like Julio. You talking about Savion? Savion's gonna be he's gonna be a steal for somebody. Savion's gonna be a steal. C-Base, do not rule out Trey Lance. Do not rule out Trey Lance as the backup. Yeah, do not rule out Trey Lance as the backup. Man, hey, Johnny Blue. Shoo, I'm with you. I'm with you, Johnny Blue. Savion Williams look better than both of them to me. Dante Thornton looks good, but Savion Williams, he looks better than them, man. D-Webb, that's what I said too. I was like, man, this dude like a bigger Debo Samuel. Shaw, he said, I'm sold. Hey, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Hey, Angie, I got to give it to you. I got to give it to you. Angie. Savion Williams look better than both of them to me. He look better than Ted McMillan to me. He does. I mean, for me, if I'm looking at of these three, which one of them comes in immediately and I can say, okay, there are plays that this player specializes in, immediately makes us better as a football team. It's Savion Williams. I mean, I got simple plays now for Savion Williams. Hey, man, you know what? You know, in college, man, this dude, in high school, he was a quarterback. In college, they gave him a lot of direct snaps. We just got 3 plays added. Louise mentioned one of them, flea flicker. I don't even have to do jet sweeps. I can just literally line him up back there and hand him the ball. I can literally line him up and hand him the ball. Jet sweeps, hand him the ball, flea flickers, wide receiver, option pass. You immediately with Savion Williams, you just added to the repertoire of your offense. He dangerous. Big catch radius, itty bitty defensive backs, they're not going to have a chance. Arm tackling's not going to work. He's going to be a problem for a lot of teams. Man, I'm just telling you. Hey, Top Gunner, I'm just telling you what I just seen, man. That dude, Savion Williams. Hey, man. Woo. Whew. Top Gunner, you tell me what you saw, man. Seeing is believing. Man, this dude, Savion Williams, looks good. Hey, Angie, I'm going to go back and check out Luther Burden next. And I'm going to check out his 2023. I'm going to check out his 2023 because people saying that something happened in 2024. Front office said he's Cordell Patterson. Man, front office. Think about it. He immediately makes you better in the red zone, which I also think Ted McMillan makes you better in the red zone. But where I see Savion making us better in the red zone is in the run game. He's also the bigger of the three wide receivers. He's the bigger of the three wide receivers, and I didn't get the chance to see his blocking game, but I would just imagine he would work better in your run game, even as it applies to blocking. Intelligent Savage, Cordell Patterson in his heydays. Yeah, Savion looks good. He does. Now again, Stephen White. Now, if you were to make things more complicated for yourself and say, I'm going to trade back because you banking on getting Savion Williams, you better make sure you can get him because you're taking a serious chance. Yeah, D-Web, I just said it, man. You can't teach speed. You can't teach height. And you hit it on the head. You can't teach length, you can't teach speed, and you can't teach heart. And those three things will separate you from a lot of players, especially the heart part. Hey, Todd Church, I believe you're right. Because I'm going to tell you about these people in the NFL, one thing I've learned about them. And this is one of the very reasons why the NFL misses on players. The NFL misses on players because they go by the analytics. They go by paper. They don't go, and even if they're looking at the tape, because this is one of the things that I learned about Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy loved analytics. And Mike McCarthy, one thing I noticed about Mike McCarthy was the type of coach. Mike McCarthy would actually allow the analytics to outweigh things on the field. Mike McCarthy would do that. Mike McCarthy didn't look at how hard his players were working. He would look at analytics, GPS. Yeah, we got these, the GPS is telling us they're working way harder year over year. Man, well, what is your eyes telling you? What is your eyes telling you, man? Dak Prescott is saying y'all not practicing good. You said we are practicing good. We're just not practicing hard. Okay, maybe there's a difference. What is your eyes telling you, Mike McCarthy? A lot of these coaches, and again, let's pull up Savion Williams. After watching the tape on Savion Williams runs a 4.48. That don't look like a 4.48. Savion Williams looked faster than and almost as fast as Dante Thornton. But also something that you can't measure when you're looking and say, okay, how fast is he? 4.48. Okay, you give that a C. They gave him a C on that. Oh, wait, but hold on a second. But how does he run? What do you mean, how does he run? How does he run? Is he a finesse runner or is he a power runner? What do you mean? When he runs, do arm tackles get him? Is he easy to tackle? Tell me what he looks like when he runs. How does he run? Does he run with finesse or does he run violent? CeeDee Lamb runs very finesse, and he's great at it. Man, CeeDee Lamb is great at this stuff. CeeDee Lamb is sneaky, slippery, and sneaky fast. You give CeeDee Lamb a step, he'll get you. He will. He'll if you give him a step or two, he'll outrun you. You try to wrap him, you try to put arms on CeeDee Lamb will slip right out of your hands. Very finesse runner. But if I think about Dez Bryant, a different type of 88, we don't have to worry about none of that stuff. Dez was just violent. Arm tackles wasn't getting it. Dez Bryant could outrun you. Dez Bryant could run through you. So how does he run? And when I look at Savion Williams on tape, while you're telling me he's running a 4.48, you may make me go, okay, well, I'll take Dante Thornton because he runs a 4.3 in the 40. He's a sub 4.4 runner. But then if you show me the tape, I'm like, oh, wait, hold on a second. You didn't tell me he run like that because he looks way faster than a 4.48. That's what I'm looking at when I'm looking at Savion Williams. If you're looking at this stuff on paper, just flat paper, you're looking at this stuff and go, okay, hold on a second. He's got a 65% hands. Okay, 80%, 79% on the intermediate, 82% on the deep threat, 60% on the blocking. Now, I would want to see that, see what that looks like. But again, they got his overall ranking as number 86, position 12. They're saying he is a third-round projection. Well, if Ted McMillan is a first-round projection, you're telling me that you think the gap between Ted McMillan and Savion Williams is that wide? Well, the next thing I got to know is this. So, how does each one of them fit into our game plan? If I'm going to be a team that wants to run the ball, okay. So if I want my wide receivers to block, let me look at the tape. You can't teach size. So if I'm looking at Savion Williams, well, we can teach him to block. Blocking is something you can teach. I can teach blocking. Yeah, I can teach that. But what I can't teach is how effective this guy is going to be in our run game. Man, we immediately get better in the red zone with Savion Williams in more ways than one. Ted McMillan is going to be dangerous in the red zone. He is. He's just going to be dangerous because he's got the size, he's got the hands. I mean, and they're already saying even in these reports that Savion Williams has inconsistent hands. But again, Ted McMillan, you're going to get better in the red zone because of his catch radius and because of his hands. But with Savion Williams, he gives you different ways of scoring in the red zone. He can run it in, direct snap it to him, throw him a short pass. He can break tackles on a wide receiver screen. He can throw the ball in the end zone himself. And he also can get open in the end zone, and he can high point the ball. Savion Williams, you got to ask yourself on Savion, how does he impact the team right now? What can we use him for right now? It says right here, Savion Williams, beyond the box score. Williams' athletic testing numbers turned heads at every stop. He earned a spot on Bruce Feldman's college football freaks list. 100% agree. Don't know who that is, but he looks like a doggone football freak. After posting eye-popping numbers in the weight room, including a 600-pound squat, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. 355-pound bench press. That's insane for a wide receiver. His combination of size and explosiveness, that's exactly what we were watching. He's explosive. Materialized in game-breaking plays like a 75-yard touchdown reception against Texas Tech and a crucial 20-yard fourth down touchdown run that swung momentum against none other than Arizona. Yeah, Savion Williams is nice. Yeah, he's nice. Scouting report. Super athletic. Let's read this. Shows surprising wiggle for a big man. Absolutely. Brings defensive coordinator nightmares with triple threat ability. This is exactly what I just said. Can house it as a runner, receiver, or surprise teams with a cannon arm. All of the above. Accelerates like a sports car off the line. Same thing I said. He's got quickness. You can see it. Eating up cushion against off coverage. Yep, you can see it. Forcing corners to respect his vertical threat. Uses an advanced diamond release package to defeat press coverage, showing active hands and clever footwork to maintain leverage. Displays veteran savvy on deep routes with subtle head fakes, shoulder leans that create separation at the stem. Brings running back vision. We saw it. And instincts to the screen game. I just said it. We saw it. Setting up blocks and finding cutback lanes like a natural ball carrier. Possesses freakish play strength that shows up in contact situation. Run through arm tackles and maintains balance through traffic. And a partridge in a pear tree. This dude is nice. Says right here. Now watch this. Intelligent Savage. This is the part, Intelligent Savage. We can teach this. Intelligent Savage. We can teach this part, can't we? Hands are a major concern. We can teach that. I taught my own sons this. You can teach catching, guys. Don't let people fool you. You can teach catching. I taught my sons how to catch. You can teach catching. You can. You can teach a guy how to be a hands catcher, how to turn your hands according to the height of the ball. You can teach this stuff. You can teach it. You can. You can teach blocking. You can teach that. You can teach blocking. I'm not saying it's easy. That's teachable stuff. I can teach that. Struggles to maintain focus through catch point, leading to concentration drops even when open. Again, this is stuff we can teach. This is the teachable stuff. Route breaks in the intermediate area lack crispness, allowing corners to stay in phase through transitions. Again, this is the stuff we can teach. Because I'm going to tell you something. Needs significant work on securing catches through contact, particularly over the middle. Now, you know what's strange to me? This is the same type of stuff that when Dez Bryant came in, this is the exact kind of stuff that you probably would have had the concerns with. This is the exact stuff. And look how Dez turned out. And let me tell you something. Dez could have been better with the Cowboys. The Cowboys didn't work enough with Dez on route running. They didn't work enough on that stuff. Dez could have been, man, we thought Dez was good. Man, Dez could have been way better. Way better. They shortchanged Dez Bryant. They really did. Only thing the Cowboys used Dez Bryant for was slants and jump balls and go balls. That was it. They could have worked with Dez on route running and things of that nature. Man, Dez would have been even more crazy. More crazy. Yeah, Angie. Hey, Angie. Hey, when I'm looking at these three dudes, I'm just telling us what jumps off. And look at this, Angie. Look at the scouting report. Watch this. Raw physical talent jumps off the tape with Williams. Facts. Facts. Because that's exactly what I'm looking at. Okay, I've seen the analytics. I'm watching the scouting report, but I've seen the tape comparing all three of what I would call the Dak-friendly receivers. The 6'5", because that's one of the things that attracts me to Ted McMillan, the 6'5" wide receivers that'll be a problem in the red zone. That's what I'm looking at. Well, Savion Williams is going to be a problem in the red zone in ways that we never even dreamed of as a wide receiver. Hey. I'm just saying. Hey. Savion nice. It says particularly in the vertical passing game, where his combination of size and acceleration creates constant stress. Tell me Savion Williams doesn't immediately come to the Dallas Cowboys and make an impact. Tell me he doesn't. Tell me he doesn't. I bet you Brian Schottenheimer and Dak Prescott will have this dude absolutely eating in this league. Eating. I guarantee you he will eat in this league. I like him. Contact, digest. Now, you make another interesting point, digest. So, digest, this becomes the question. Well, actually, I guess you got two questions. Who has the higher ceiling? That's number one. Who has the higher ceiling? Number two, which one of these talents can come in and immediately be an impact in the scheme we want to run? Now, when I hear the words, we want to be violent running the ball. When I watch Ted McMillan on tape, violence isn't what comes to my mind. That don't come to my mind. And with Ted McMillan, contact, you're saying something right. When I see Ted McMillan, this is what I know I'm getting. A pure wide receiver. Nothing more, nothing less. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm getting with Ted McMillan. I know what he is. Ted McMillan, I said it from the beginning. He's going to be a technician. He's got the route running. He's got the hands. He's going to bring you, if you want a pure wide receiver, that's what he is. If that's what you're looking for, he fits it. Dante Thornton. When I watch Dante Thornton, the thing that jumps off the tape for me for Dante Thornton, speed. That's what I see with Dante Thornton. Speed. Hands, speed. But the speed is the highlight for me for Dante. It's the speed. And can he come in and can he make an impact? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Speed kills. Speed will never stop killing. Amen. Speed will never stop killing. Speed will continue to kill. But again, let's think on this. I got a player on this team. He's already running the 4-3. He's a former first-round pick, and his name is Paris Campbell. I got that type of wide receiver. Now, he's not 6'5", but I got that type of wide receiver. I got that type of wide receiver. Which one of these receivers I can work in now, higher ceiling, and I can turn him to a monster? Y'all tell me. Because if I have to ask myself those questions, Savion Williams. I'm getting way more than I bargained for with Savion Williams. Am I getting a technician? I can turn him into a technician. Am I getting a pure wide receiver? No. You want to make the Deebo Samuel? You want to make the Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders thing look like child's play? Bring in Savion Williams. Bring in Savion Williams. Now, they're saying he's a third-round pick. Now, with Savion Williams, he's another one of these guys. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just being 100% real with you as it applies to me. I'm not bringing in Savion Williams and bringing in a veteran wide receiver. If I bring in Savion Williams, immediately I'm saying, Savion Williams, you're going to be a part of the solution. I'm saying this immediately to him. I got all training camp. Intelligent Savage. I got all training camp. I got all training camp to put him on the jug machine. I got all training camp. I don't know if Foot's the king, but if I'm not mistaken, Foot's the king. You know, he's a content creator now. And I don't know what he does outside of football anymore. But this dude, if he's the same dude I'm thinking about, Foot's the king is responsible for a lot of defensive backs in this league getting better footwork. A lot of wide receivers in this league getting better footwork. If I'm not mistaken, if Foot's the king is the same one I'm thinking about, you get with somebody like Foot's the king, And I'm pretty sure he's the same guy. That's probably why he calls himself Foots the King. You get with a guy. You get him with a guy like Foots the King and let him work on his feet. Shoot, Savion Williams is nuts. Savion Williams is nuts. You also got to look at upside on players too. Savion Williams is nuts. I'm telling you. I'm going to go and look at some more tape on this dude later on. Stu Savion Williams' upside is crazy. It's crazy. It is. Intelligent. Dante is a straight blazer. He ate Alabama up in Tennessee versus Alabama in 2023 is when he popped off the screen for me. Now he will get behind your defense pretty quickly. Now intelligent. So, now, what I've seen from Dante, he's another one of these guys. You could probably get both of these guys if you wanted to. Let me see where they have Dante Thornton. I wouldn't be surprised on Dante Thornton if I'm not mistaken. They did have Dante Thornton as a 5th rounder. Now, he may have moved up since then because of the combine. Let me see what they got on Dante Thornton. Because he's ranked number 20. Let's see where they got him at. Dante Thornton is going to attract a lot of teams because of his speed. He really is. Because you can't teach speed. Look at this. Let me tell y'all something right now. The Dallas Cowboys will be absolutely crazy if you go on the back end of this draft and this dude, Dante Thornton, is back here in the 5th or the 6th round. You better double up. Double up, shawty. Double up. Get 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers. Get 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers. Double up, shawty. Double up. I'm just telling you now. I'm taking right now today, without Savion Williams ever putting on a professional uniform. I'm taking Savion Williams right now over Jalen Tolbert. And I'm taking Dante Thornton every day of the week right now over Jalen Brooks. Right now. I'm taking them right now. Right now over our 3rd. Right now. And if I'm bringing in Savion Williams, I'm just being honest with you. I'm putting Savion Williams immediately in a position to succeed. Immediately. Hey, man, you're going to be the number 2. We want you to work it out in this training camp. We're not just going to give you the job. But the expectation, we're bringing you in to be the number 2. Now go work your butt off. For real. Go work your butt off. I would. Go work your butt off. Superstar status, Alvin Harper. Yeah, go work your butt off. For real. Go work your butt off, man. Louis, you say who you try to keep secret? Will you try to keep Savion? Man, I'm telling you, man. Louise, hey, we got a great chance. I'm telling you, this thing is easy if the Cowboys let it be. Iceberg, I like what you're saying. You know exactly what you're getting with Ted McMillan. Hands and route running. That's what you get. If that's what you want, you will not get, again, you'll get nothing more, nothing less. Ted McMillan will be everything you want him to be. I believe he's going to be everything you want him to be, Iceberg Slim. If you want the hands and the route running, that's exactly what you're going to get. And again, Iceberg, this is why I'm saying, it all depends on what you're looking for. If I'm looking for the pure wide receiver, Ted McMillan, and I'm not looking back. If I want the pure wide receiver, I'm going Ted McMillan. But if I'm looking for something like, hey, man, we keep talking about violent. We keep using the word violence. If I want violence, well, I'm getting Savion Williams. I'm getting Savion Williams. And I will not be surprised. They're talking about he's a 3rd rounder. He won't be there. If the Cowboys don't get him, he won't be there. I'm just telling us he won't be there. Some team is going to snap him up. I will not be surprised. And let's kind of look at this. Let's see what it tells us on this draft thing. And we all know this isn't nowhere near 100% accurate. But now my spidey senses are tingling. So let's see what happens if we could go to the third round and get Savion Williams. Let's see what happens. Because again, if I'm getting Savion Williams, then what does that mean I'm doing in the first round? Because that's going to change, at least in my estimation. If I'm going to get Savion Williams, I'm probably going to take a chance to see if he's going to be there in the third. That's kind of where I am. So let's take a chance. Let's see where we are. So now this changes things. This changes things. And again, this kind of makes the mathematics a little bit difficult for me. But again, let's try it. So if the Cowboys are saying, hey, man, we're not going to tell anybody, but our goal is we're going to go in here and get Savion Williams. Our goal is to get Savion Williams. Well, if I'm the Cowboys, what I'm doing, and let me see if I can do this here. If I'm the Cowboys, then what I'm going to do is simple. I'm going to trade backwards. This is exactly what I'm going to do if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to trade backwards if I'm the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, if you look at this, now I'm not sure if I believe this part, but the Cowboys, let's see, I haven't done this part. So the Cowboys would want to trade their first. And I don't really know what team I would want to trade for at this point. It would just be all about, I guess, kind of what these teams are looking for. One thing I wouldn't be doing is trading with a team in the NFC. I would more than likely be trying to trade with a team in the AFC. And to be honest with you, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm actually trying to look for a team in the AFC who is trying to build. I'm looking for a team that's trying to build. So if I'm the Cowboys, I'm probably looking at the Chicago Bears. I may be looking at the Cincinnati Bengals in case they want to do something else on defense. But I'm probably looking at the Cleveland Browns. I'm probably looking at the Denver Broncos. Let me see who else. Houston Texans. They traded away their entire offensive line almost. So if there's a team that's probably desperate for a what's the guy? Tyler Booker or a Kelvin Banks type of guy up there, I would probably target the Houston Texans. Now, the only problem with the Houston Texans, though, the Houston Texans are probably going to put me further back in the draft. They're probably going to put me further back in the draft. So, again, Cleveland would be a team that comes to mind to where they might want to get further up. You got maybe the Tennessees of the world. We could see if they wanted to move, if they wanted to get another pick closer to the top 10. You got the Las Vegas Raiders. Maybe the Las Vegas Raiders want another pick closer to the top 10. So it would all depend on which one of these that I would want to spend, that I would want to try to take a chance on. So the Las Vegas Raiders are pretty far up there. Might be a lot more feasible. Cleveland Browns, they're a lot further up there. They may want to get their hands on somebody else. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let me see. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the chat. Who would you think we should trade back on if we're the Cowboys? Who do we trade back on? Who do we trade back with? D-Block said to safeties, looking like Booth out. Boy, you got me rolling in here, D-Block. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We know the play gonna be different. Yes, sir. I'm with you. I see you on that one, D-Block. Yes, sir. Hey, Intelligent Savage. You're looking for players that really fits the image. And we got CeeDee Lamb, top 3 wide receiver. But when I think of CeeDee Lamb, I don't think nasty. I don't think nasty when I see CeeDee Lamb. When I see CeeDee Lamb, what I think is finesse. I think finesse wide receiver. That's what I think when I see CeeDee Lamb. And there's nothing wrong with that. You need some of them too. But if I say I want to be violent, Then I already got the finesse. Well, let me do violent. Kroger said Williams is the absolute truth. Man, I gotta tell you. Hey, ice cold, total package. Angie, I gotta give you that target too. You hit this thing. I'm just saying. So, who would we want to trade with? Who are we trading with in this scenario? Because it's got to be an AFC team. Because we're not helping no NFC team. We ain't helping them in no form or fashion. So for me, I got to think of a team that I think that we could get up. We don't want to trade too far back. I want to be able to still kind of be up there. If I get a fourth, if I get a third, if I get a fourth, I still want to be up there. I do. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Intelligent. I'm moving back. Now, the only reason I don't want to do the Seahawks is the Seahawks in the NFC. I do not want to help them jokers in no form or fashion. We may have to see them in a couple of years, and then we'd be playing against the very player. we let them get. I want to go to an AFC team. That's kind of where I am. I would definitely do and somebody else got the Seahawks. Why y'all saying the Seahawks? I'm trying to do an AFC team if it's me. I don't want the Seahawks. We might wind up seeing them in the playoffs. And then they be trying to beat us with one of these players we done give them. All right, I'm going to go with an AFC team. Okay, I appreciate the Seahawks, but I can't help them jokers out. And I'm just going to say, just for the sake of argument, for me, it would probably be Cleveland because they're further up. I want to see if Cleveland want to get back at 12. Or better yet, let me go Tennessee. I want to see if Tennessee wants to get back up. Hey, Tennessee, y'all already drafting what, number 1? Y'all want to get number 12 too? Man, y'all can really improve your team. Let me see what Tennessee do. What could we get out of Tennessee? So, if we trade with Tennessee, we could get another number 2 or a number 4. Now, just for the sake of argument, let's see if we could get the number 2 out of them. Let's see if we get the number 2, which this is a draft and app. I'm pretty sure it's going to give it to us. Let's even go, let's say, hey, man, we want the number 2, and let's try to be greedy. We'll take a number 4, but we're going to take your number 120 pick. Rather than, let's see. All right. So they've already told us it's too much. All right, let's go back. So let's take off the number 4. All right, let's see if we can go back. I'm trying to click that and go back, but it won't let me go back. All right, let me start it over. Let me try to trade back. Tennessee. All right, well, let's see. Wait. Let me go back up. All right, so this is the part. It won't let me go back on the trade part. I was hoping okay, let me see if I pick another team. All right, let me go back to Tennessee. All right, so Tennessee wouldn't give us their 2 and their 4. All right, so somebody said Denver. Let's go back. Let's see if Denver will do it. So let's see if Denver will give us their number 1. And let's see. 1-for-1 trades, not allowed. Okay. And then let's see if they'll give us their number 4. And looks like they're saying that one is too much. All right. So what I'm going to do, rather than trying to get, and let's just go back for giggles. So Cleveland is saying they're not giving up another number 1, but the Cleveland will do what Cleveland is saying they want a number 2, and let's see if we can get a number 4. Too much. All right. Man, I'm trying to be greedy up in here. All right, guys, let me go back. So rather than me try to get a number 1, let me see if I can get a number 2 and a 4. Not enough. All right. I'm trying to be greedy. All right. Let me just see if I can get a 4 and a 3. They said that's too much. Man, what is going on? I'm trying to trade this thing back. All right, somebody said Seattle. Man, I hate to do the Seattle Seahawks. But let me try the Seahawks. So let me see if I can get a third and a fourth. They said that's too much. Man, these teams are cheap. What is going on, man? These teams ain't trying to give up nothing for this number one. They got to be giving up more. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can take Tennessee's fourth. And even that, they're not letting us see. I'm wondering if they're wanting. Let's see here. What in the world? Now, there is no way. This don't even make sense. The more players you pick. All right, let's try this again. All right. The team I want to trade with is Tennessee. Okay, I see what's happening. So this, at least I think I see. Let me do fourth again. See, 1-for-1 pick. All right, so once you click that, I didn't notice this. Okay, it says the round. All right, even this is crazy to me because this ain't working the way I'm thinking. Okay, but again, I'll have to play around with this some more. But again, if I'm the Cowboys, the reality is what I'm doing if I'm the Cowboys, I'm going to probably trade back if I think I can get Savion Williams a little bit later. I'll trade back and get some. I'll trade back with Savion Williams. And I was trying to trade with the Cleveland Browns, Tennessee. Can't quite get this to work the way that I want to. Let me try this. Okay, wait. 2026. Okay, now I see what they're doing. They don't want to give up any. That's what the issue is. They don't want to give up anything in the 2025 draft. If I'm the Cowboys and I'm trading back, I want to get something in the 2025 draft. Let me pick Seattle again. Okay, so Seattle Seahawks. So we want to trade the number 12 and see if Seattle round 1 still ain't working. Not quite understanding how this works. Let's see. Not enough. And let's see if we can get a fourth rounder. Not enough. Man, this thing is finicky. They don't want to give us any of the traits that we would want. But what I would do in this situation, if I'm the Cowboys, is really this simple. I'm trading backwards. This is what I'm doing. If I want Savion Williams, he affords you to be able to trade backwards and get your first pick now can be running back, and then you'll get an extra pick. Whatever you switch with them, you're going to get that. Because what this won't do, I'm noticing, is saying that it will not let you do 1-for-1 trades. So it's saying that it will not let me do like the first round and the 12 for the first round and the 18 for the Seattle Seahawks. I'll have to play around with this some more to see how this works. But again, this is kind of where we are. If I'm the Cowboys, this is simple for me. If Savion Williams is who I'm actually targeting, I'm going to try and trade backwards. And again, you'll notice with the Denver Broncos, they're not giving you any 2025. The Denver Broncos are only giving up the 2025 picks. The 2026 picks. And it's the same thing with Cleveland. They're not giving up the 2025 picks. At least according to this app, they're not giving it up. Tennessee is the same way. So this is something that you would not be doing. But again, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm simply trading this 12. I would trade this 12, and I would try to pick up an extra pick. And I would probably try to pick up what I would try to pick up if I'm the Cowboys is I would try to pick up if I'm the Dallas Cowboys, I'm trying to pick up an extra third or fourth. Depending upon how desperate the team is, I would try to pick another second. But that's kind of where I am. I'm going to have to play around with this app some more and see how the trade part works. And let me see what happens. Let's see, auto draft. Okay. But again, that's where I am if I'm the Cowboys. And then I'll trade back. And then if I want to, if I'm the Cowboys, if we want an offensive tackle, if we want an edge rusher, and those are really the two places I would concentrate: edge rusher, defensive tackle, or offensive tackle. That's where I would concentrate if I was the Cowboys and traded backwards. I would probably get one of those positions first. Then I would get me the running back, get me the wide receiver, and then with that extra pick, maybe I'd even get me a second wide receiver. Or, I would either get me a second wide receiver or maybe I would get me another cornerback. But that's where I would be. That's exactly where I would be, for real. Yeah, that's kind of where I am, Savion, Intelligent Savage. I would get Savion. I would trade back, probably pick up Travion Henderson first. I would trade back, get Travion Henderson first, or if I'm swapping first round picks, if there was someone else that interested me, I would pick him up. But if not, I would probably go ahead and get Travion Henderson late in the first. Then I would turn around in the second. If there's another player I want to get, I would get them. And then in the third, Savion Williams, unless I think Savion Williams wouldn't be there. And then I would go ahead and get Savion Williams in the second. And then I would get another player in the third. That's how I would be rocking with this. I would. I'm trying to get bang for the buck. And that's kind of where I am. Freddie said he's not moving lower than the 15th. And he's asking for a fourth round in addition to the 15th pick. Yeah, you're trying to pick up two. I see what you're saying there. Yeah, we like our guys. All bets are off if Ashton Jeanty is there. If Ashton Jeanty is available in the first. Now, according to this, Ashton Jeanty is there in the first. Now, if Ashton Jeanty is there in the first, this is easy. I would actually pick, based on what you're saying, Top Gun, and we like our guys. If Ashton Jeanty is there in the first, I get Ashton Jeanty. Now, the issue becomes next, so what do I do in the second? Well, if I'm getting Savion Williams, let's see, according to this, will Savion Williams be available in the third? So, according to this, if someone said we needed an offensive tackle, which I'm going to be honest with us, guys, I don't think the Cowboys are going to go in that direction. If I said I needed a cornerback, Siobhan Revel Jr., I've seen a lot of people talking about Azare Thomas. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm probably looking at Trayvon Diggs' replacement because unless Trayvon Diggs comes back and have an insane season, this is Trayvon Diggs' last season with the Cowboys. I do not believe they're going to extend it. I would probably go cornerback. And I would get this. A lot of people keep talking about this Azare Thomas guy. I would probably pick Azare Thomas. Let's just say for the sake of argument, I would get Azare Thomas. Now, let's come back in the third. Let's see if Savion Williams is there. So when we get back to the third round, wide receivers. Let's see here. Okay, I got a trade offer. Now, let's, just for the sake of argument, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't take this. Nope, I don't want no 2026 stuff. I would go straight for Savion Williams. All right, guys, tell me what you think. If the Dallas Cowboys did this in the first three rounds, y'all tell me where you at. y'all tell me where you at in the chat. If this is the Dallas Cowboys first three rounds, y'all tell me where you at. This is the Dallas Cowboys first three rounds. Tell me where you at. Ashton Jeanty round one. Azare Thomas at 44. Savion Williams at 76. Tell me where we at. Where y'all at on this? Big Sarge, what's up in there, man? Good to see you. Now, the funny thing is, well, the issue is that if Ashton Jeanty is there, you can't trade back. You got to get Jeanty. Now, if you come into the second, maybe you could trade back. But if you want a cornerback, you probably want to go fetch this dude, Azare Thomas. You probably want to snatch him. Stephen White, he said it's perfect. You probably want to snatch this dude. You probably want to snatch him. Hallelujah said if that Hallelujah said the first 3 rounds like this, he go party. He said he go party. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said he go party. Man, I'm telling us. Yeah, Diggs, I can just tell y'all now, Diggs is not going to be here after this season. Unless Diggs come in and tear it up this season, Diggs won't be here. The Cowboys set Diggs' contract up to where they can literally walk away from it and save money under the cap for the next 2 seasons after this. I think this is Diggs' last season. I do. Unless he comes and just balls out. Now, I can tell you right now, if Ashton Jeanty is there at 12 and the Cowboys trade back, man, people going to go, they'll go nuts. I just think if Jeanty is there, I'll just be honest with you guys. I just say you make this stuff as simple as possible. Ashton Jeanty is there. I'm not in love with Ashton Jeanty. But again, a lot of y'all are saying he's a generational back. A lot of people believe he's a generational back. If Ashton Jeanty is there, I just don't think you can pass Jeanty up at 12. I don't. As much, and don't get me wrong, I would probably do it a little bit different. But Ashton Jeanty right there, ooh, that's going to be hard. Hey, Ice Cold, you ain't like, if he there at 12, everybody going to be shocked. Everybody going to be shocked. Because I'll be shocked if he's there. But again, man, if the Cowboys, if the Cowboys wind up getting this right here in the first 3 rounds, man, people going crazy. People going crazy. Yeah, man. Intelligent. Cornerback is a true need for this team. The Cowboys got Kaiir Elam for a reason. The Cowboys are hoping Kaiir Elam, they're hoping that he's going to turn out. They are. The Cowboys are looking to not only replace Jordan Lewis, they're looking to replace Trayvon Diggs. Book it. I'm telling you they are. They're looking to replace him. And if he balls out, then they're not going to replace him. But you want these problems. Who doesn't want the problems of having multiple good cornerbacks? I want those problems. I do. You want these problems. But I think it's his last season. I do. I think it's his last season. Ice Cold. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think it's his last season. And so what you got to replace is Jordan Lewis and Trayvon Diggs. So if you got to replace both of them, a lot of people are saying they think Easy could be the replacement. We're not sure. But again, I want these problems. I do. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, if Jeanty is there. Now, hey, Top Gunner. I do believe, and I couldn't pull it off on here. I do believe, though, if the Cowboys, if Jeanty isn't there, Cowboys could trade back in the first round. And they could get Savion Williams probably still in the 3rd. Get your wide receiver in the 2nd. Get your running back in the 2nd. Savion Williams in the 3rd. The Cowboys' 12th round draft pick, first round, number 12 draft pick, I think we're going to see how valuable it is. I think there are going to be some teams that's going to offer the Dallas Cowboys some draft capital for that number 12 pick. I do. I think they're going to offer him something for it. I do. Intelligence said, I won't go nuts providing they justified not getting him with multiple picks in the first 3 rounds. Yeah. If the Cowboys don't get Genty, they got to really justify it. They really have to justify it. They do. And I tell you this, if Ashton Genty is available, that number 12 pick becomes valuable. That number 12 pick becomes valuable. And if I'm the Cowboys, I would trade that thing. If someone's offering me like 2 number 1s, I trade it. Up front, trade it straight up. Straight up trade it. I would. And I'd go get my pick would be Travion Henderson. I would go get Travion Henderson. Get Travion Henderson, Savion Williams. I'm good. I'm good. Because I'm going to settle what I need in the first couple of rounds if I can. We like our guys. He said, I would hate for the Giants to get Genty. Ooh. Hey, you know what? We like our guys. I wouldn't say that. And the reason being, they also had Saquon Barkley. And they got the same coach they had when they had Saquon Barkley. I wouldn't be crying too much. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't be crying too much. I think Dayball is overrated as a coach. I think he's so overrated. Intelligence said Izzy, I believe, is what they are looking to cover the J. Lou guy. Yeah, they are. They're thinking that Izzy is going to be the J. Lou replacement. They're wanting Kyer Elam to really challenge for that Trayvon Diggs. If Kyer Elam can come in and play extremely well, book it. Trayvon Diggs is done. Book it. Book it. 805 Vaughn, let me tell you something. Boy, if the Cowboys come out here, if the Cowboys, you said 0 trenches on your first 3 picks. Now, keep in mind, 805 Vaughn, I couldn't do what I wanted to do. What I was trying to do was get the extra pick. Because if I could have traded back and got the extra pick, I would have done the trenches. I would have either went defensive tackle. I don't think the Cowboys are going to go O-line. I think the Cowboys think they have their O-line. I know we might not like that, but I think the Cowboys think they have their O-line. They do. Man, you know what, Sean M? I'm not a Ramsey fan. Ramsey gets burned way too much, man. Go look at the tape on Ramsey. That boy gets toasted. Man, in that Super Bowl, man, Jamar Chase, if they don't get that sack, on Joe Burrow, go look at the tape. Jamar Chase burned Jalen Ramsey so bad it'll make your head spin. Nah, no thank you for him. Jalen Ramsey is more of a name to me right now than anything. I wouldn't get Jalen Ramsey, especially for the kind of money he wants. Man, no thank you. No, thank you. Pure Gaming. Jack Beck will get picked before Savion Williams. You're probably right. I've heard a lot of people talking about him. But I can tell you this. Somebody going to get a steal on Savion Williams. You watch what I tell you. Savion Williams is going to be a beast in this league. Hey, Solomon, I'm not even going to disagree with you. I so want to see what I want to see what Mingo is with Dak Prescott. I do. I want to see what he is. He may turn out to be extremely good with Dak Prescott. All right, guys, I'm about to get out of here. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow. It's Saturday. We're not taking a day off. We're going to be back tomorrow for sure. We see what it do. Again. Yeah, hey, Johnny Blue, I'm telling you. And if he not ready to weigh into the season, and the Cowboys see what they look like without Trayvon Diggs, book it. Book it. He'll get back on the field because they want the money on the field, but book it. He'll be done. And I'll tell you this. If the Cowboys look good without Trayvon Diggs on the field, let me tell you what the Cowboys are going to do. Cowboys might bring him back like 2 or 3 games. If I'm the Cowboys, trade him. Trade Diggs. Get something for him during the season. Trade him to a team at the trade deadline. If I'm the Cowboys, that's what I would do. Because I think they're already going to cut him anyway. If I'm the Cowboys, trade him. I'd have to see what that looked like, but if I'm the Cowboys, I would trade him. I would. I would. But again, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to have some more. I got some stuff to do some markup on the film. And we're going to do some more of that type of stuff going forward as we get closer to free agency. We're going to keep looking at potential players the Cowboys could get in free agency. And again, these were the Dak Prescott friendly receivers. I wanted to look at that tonight. And I think we got a good look at 3. And the reason why I chose those 3 is because they're the 6'5" wide receivers. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm just telling you the truth. I like Savion Williams. But Travion Henderson, Emeka Ibuka, to me, boy, he tough to pass up. Emeka's nice, man. Yes, sir, Ice Cold. How about them Cowboys? All right, guys. Appreciate you again. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys. We talk facts. Peace.